What's up, everybody? It's your boy Steph, one third of the Top Rope Boys, and we are back with a new episode. My boys, how we feeling?
Pretty good, pretty good. I'm happy to be here. Yeah, I don't really have much more to say than that. I'm just happy to be back recording an episode with you guys. You know what I'm saying? Let's have some fun.
Sears, how we feeling? How we feeling?
First half from work, but this is a good distraction, so I'm glad to be back and ready to go.
On God, on God. And as always, it's your boy Steph, the EST, the DMV, the Chaka City Saint, the Potter of all worlds, the left hand of destruction, the Cameroonian nightmare, the Bayesian bulldozer, and ladies and gentlemen, this is the Top Rope Boys, and we cover everything in the squared circle. And like always, we are over the top rope. And this week, we're going all out. We had a lot of PLEs, a lot of pay-per-views. So let's take a trip over to Toronto. Boys, let's just start with some real general thoughts. What do we think of All Out from AEW this weekend?
I would definitely say solid show. AEW always puts on great shows because I feel like the AEW does what I always say WWE needs to do is like you need to focus on the wrestling. Like, is the wrestling good? You know what I'm saying? You can have all the storylines in the world, but is the wrestling there? And the thing that AEW's been doing better is with their storytelling. And it just kind of and it that showed all throughout the show as well. So in a general sense, it was a really, really good show. I would say definitely easily like a B plus. Yeah, like AEW almost never lacks in quality when it comes to the shows. They might fumble on the endings sometimes with certain shows, but in a general sense, they have a good track record and it continued this past weekend. So I would say it was
Yeah.
good.
Sears, what you think?
I agree. I thought it was a good show. There was a couple of surprises that I love surprises when it comes to wrestling. It keeps entertaining. But sadly, I know Godzilla title win, which I called. So I just want to point that out real quick. Um,
The Oracle strikes again.
I mean, we had a great tag team match with Hope and Christian and FTR. Uh, Overall, a good show. Wish it could have gone differently in some matches. Still losing, which could have won. Probably. Um, but other than that, it was a good show. But I agree, B plus show. Never disappoints in terms of quality of action.
Yeah, no, I can't complain either. Now, since we were just talking about Edge versus FTR, very, very funny story, and y'all might call me slow, but I gotta be real. A couple of days ago, it finally clicked that FTR stood for Fuck the Revival in my head. I'm not gonna lie to you.
You didn't know that?
No, like I think I knew, but I just always called them FTR, so I just never like it never like clicked all the way.
Well, for me, it was always either free the revival or fuck the revival. But
Yeah,
I assumed they always just said FTR. It was the fuck the
Yeah,
revival.
I
So, but yeah, that's fair, fair.
but no, I think that this match with Edge and Christian was a really, really dope, solid standing. Um, Honestly, like Sears said, I love surprises in wrestling. We definitely got a huge one with I'm so for real. She's gonna get this. I don't care if that's her legal government name. That's Beth fucking Phoenix. That's that's Beth fucking Phoenix.
Yes, it
But
is.
with Beth coming out and then manhandling the fuck out of Stoke, probably one of the funniest moments in the whole show. Um, I did not expect Edge to homage Cena. To be honest, I did not think that Tony was gonna let him do that at all.
That was super cool. That was super
Yeah,
cool. See, I figure like if y'all can give like blatant tributes like that, y'all can like borrow superstars every now and then. You know what I'm saying? Like let Edge go do a match in the Fed real quick and come back, you know what I'm saying? But nah, it was cool. Seeing Beth was definitely unexpected. I honestly never expected her to get involved with AEW at any point. Well, not like in a in-ring capacity. I figured it may
yeah.
be an appearance or two maybe at some point. But seeing her out there was cool. Now, I do have to say though, Cope has a bad habit of getting his wife beat up. Um, because I just think back to when he first came back to WWE in 2020 and he feuded with Randy, and of course that ended up with Beth getting RKO'd. There's another time where he was feuding with and Beth got a concerto. Like, and then this
Yeah.
time she gets a fucking pile driver. Like, dude, like your wife, I don't know if it's you or your wife, but she keeps getting put in harm's way.
No, for real.
Like,
You
but
keep
nah,
putting
bro,
her in
it
this
was cool to see
situation,
her though.
dog. It was definitely cool to see. I think yo, I was very honestly, Saturday was a lot of nights where I was like, oh, are they actually gonna do this? Are they gonna pull the trick? Are they gonna let them? I think we gotta just bring back mixed. We gotta bring back mixed and intergender wrestling. We gotta start making that the norm again. I'm not gonna lie,
I
because
said I said it last time. Like they need to, but everybody does.
yeah, we're teetering the line too fucking much. Let's just pull the trigger already. But I think overall, like super dope showing. I'm so Edge. I've been vocal stating that he's missed a couple steps since coming back in 2020, and then also he's missed a couple steps since coming from the Fed over to AEW. So I I think this has been honestly his best showing in actual in-ring ability. These last two matches between All Out and Forbidden Door when him and Christian went up against Luchasaurus and Kip Sabian, right? Yeah. So I think that honestly, it was really dope showing. Really, like, I don't know if it was the fact that he was at home that made him like, hey, let me go and do, let me pull out some old tricks and do some shit that like really will let motherfuckers know that I can still go. But it seemed like he actually had a spark lit under him or something like that. Plus, their entrance segment with all the Canadian legends was actually kind of funny. Like it's corny, but it's funny.
I think my favorite part though was Edge's gear. Edge, I call him Edge, but Cope's gear, because
No, no, no. His mama named him Edge.
it's the same gear he used to wear, same design he used to wear when they first were Edge and Christian. So that was a cool thing to see too. I love the little tribute there. But yeah,
Yeah,
it's like with Edge, like I keep calling him Edge. My God, but it's
that's
like
Edge, bro.
he's
I'm
he's
not calling, bro.
like,
Cope.
as we know, like he's one of the most injury prone superstars like ever, probably the
Oh
most
God.
injury prone. So I guess like it was one of those things where it's like, of course, like he's at home, so obviously he had extra motivation. But of course, I think Edge is a guy. Yeah, I'm gonna just call him Edge. I don't care. He's a guy who just wrestles with a chip on his shoulder, no matter what. And I think that's why, what I'm saying, a lot of the efforts he gives as he's gotten older have been more impressive to think about. Because like, what I'm saying, like even when he first came back, like he came back off of like some spine and neck stuff. He came back and tore his, I think it was his pec, almost immediately coming or one of those. You know what I'm saying? He broke his leg last year. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like it's always something with this
Didn't he
guy. But
injure something during his feud with Seth before he left? Was that?
yeah, I don't know what it was.
Hmm.
Probably yeah.
I'm
Like
I'm not sure if that was the Peck one, but I know he definitely tore something there.
this is
But
always
yeah,
something. But it was good to see that. Just seeing him and Christian in the ring together was so cool. I mean, I couldn't even be upset. Like it was great to see,
mm,
for real, for real. I love that.
super super dope. Um, and then what I think the next like major thing we definitely got to talk about was probably the tables and tax match between MJF and Mark Briscoe because
Woo!
I'll be completely wrong. I'll be completely honest. I was 100% wrong about how this was going to go. I thought MJF was going to steal a win. I thought that he was going to get the dub over Mark Briscoe, but Mark actually got it. Mark pulled it out.
I ain't gonna like MJF always seems to kind of like show his chops in different situations. Like I didn't know what to expect from this match. Like I know MJF can take it there, but
Mhm.
seeing these two guys with such different styles, such different looks, such different, ways of going
Demeanor.
about things, and them coming together to put on a fucking bloodbath was great. Like, I think it was at one point, someone's head was getting like literally like pressed onto to attacks. There was back body drops, some more shit going on. Like it was
Yeah.
nice, beautiful chaos and brutality. And God, MJF showed me something else last night. You know what I'm saying? I'm definitely impressed with him and his performance. It was a fun match. I definitely enjoy. Well, of course, I know a lot of people might not like matches like that or like death matches or extreme rules type matches or whatever anymore. But
Mhm.
dude, I love that shit. I fully enjoyed that match for sure.
Oh no. Sears, go ahead. What you think?
I gave the good match. I was also surprised that Marcus won. I'm curious what that means with both him and MJF. Like, because MJF could take the loss, but like
Mhm.
Marcus needed it. So like, are you actually going to use that, like push him forward to another storyline, or are they just going to let him set, recover, and then come back to him? Same thing with MJF. Like, what's the next one? Like, don't. It was a good closure of a storyline of a story for them of their story, but like the result, I'm like, I wonder what's next. But overall,
Yeah.
excellent match, and I think that's one of the few death style matches that we walked the way they wanted it to walk, and not be like over excessive.
Yeah. I think it was dope because honestly, if we want to talk about just MJF kicking things into another gear, we got to talk about the match that he literally had the day before against Mystico at the CMLL show. That was a banger too. So the fact that he was able to give two heaters like back to back and also like Reece said, it's completely different styles, completely different matches overall. Like, bro, it reminded me obviously it reminded me of like some old CZW or like some fucking Mankind Orton type vibes for real.
Hmm.
It's definitely one of those matches that I definitely can see like I don't think it'll be a favorite, but it was definitely a highlight and it shows the other side of um it shows the other side of MJF's character because we gotta think back to like when MJF was really like had like his peak during the feud with Punk, and then they had the dog collar match. I think we had the same reservations back then. Where it's like, how the fuck is MJF gonna stand? How the fuck is MJF gonna hang in this hardcore of a match? But obviously, we know how well that worked out, and then I feel like it's
Hmm.
kind of the same here. So I feel like now this kind of solidified it's not a thing of any one person making the opponent look better or look well in the ring. In this type of style, it's now a matter of fact, okay, we now know that this dude can actually hang.
And he seems,
Mhm.
and he proves himself at every turn. Like even though, like it's like, even though we know he can do it, it's just always like he somehow seems to raise the bar a bit each time. I think that's the best thing about MGF. Like he really, really knows how to take it there and above. So I think
Mhm.
that's
Yeah.
really, like the coolest thing about him for sure. Love that about him.
I also appreciate the fact that he's not afraid to not only step on other people's boundaries, but also step on his own boundaries for the good of his work. Because like
Yeah.
that man literally just got married, and then the next week it's already calling like saying like calling his wife. I don't know. I forgot what he called her, but like saying like these crazy things about his newlywed wife, skipping his honeymoon, you
He
know,
said
and like
he said he was married to the
Because
game.
I'm married to the
He said
game.
he was married to the game and married to the hate. Yo,
Like, I was married way before I even met you. I'm married to the game. I was like, oh my God.
no,
like
no. When he went in Tony's office and he said, "Hey, I just want you to know you're gonna be the reason that the Briscoe gets put into the ground." I said, "Oh shit."
Yeah, when MJF is about that shit, he is about that shit. Like,
mhm.
oh my gosh. Like he will take it there each time and he doesn't care.
Him and Seth Rollins are top tier haters that I aspire to be like.
I'm telling
Can
you.
we just imagine a world where we get MJF and Seth Rollins promoting each other?
Hey, we
Like
can talk about that a little later, but that
Oh
that
my God.
that'd be chaotic.
that would be insane.
That would be phenomenal.
Oh man. All right. So after that, I think the next major point we got hit. It was Tony Storm versus Chris Statlander versus Thekla versus Jamie Hayter for the AEW Women's World Championship in a Fatal Four-Way match.
Man, I'm just gonna say like that was definitely my shocker of the night. I'm not gonna lie. That was definitely like I did not see that coming at all.
I didn't see it either. I'm gonna be
I
so
did
for real. I
not see
did
that
not see it
coming
either.
at all. See, because now
And
how I rationalize like Tony Storm's reign, right? Like I was thinking like, okay, now was Chris Statlander due for a title? 100%. She's been at it for a while in AEW. She's been doing great stuff. So I'm not mad at the result at all. I just didn't see it coming. But I
And
always
she
like to
was the first Grand Slam for like a week until we found out that now they have tag titles.
see exactly. So I mean, it was definitely a cool match. Great talents involved. Obviously, Tony Storm, she's fantastic. Jamie Hayter, we former world champion, she's fantastic. Declan's fantastic. Like I said, Chris Statlander's fantastic also. So it's just like a great mix of styles, and I think it's really really good that Chris Statlander's champion though. I think she can really really hold on to that jump for a while and really really do a really really great job with it. So, what I'm saying, regardless of the result, it was, you could not have gone wrong with any of the ladies in the match. So applause to them. You know what I'm saying? I just want to, kind of the same thing, the same question Sears had with MGF and Briscoe, like what's next for Tony Storm? They should like keep going at it, you know what I'm saying? And some more so like who's gonna like go at Chris Statlander first? You know what I'm saying? So I'm hoping that, saying they do right by her and she has a good reign, which I'm sure she will. Tony does really, really good with the women's title, so I'm not worried about it that much.
I think my biggest concern following this match, and I'm happy that you brought up Tony Storm and what's next for her, is because do we repackage her? Does she? I hope that she goes away and takes some time, unlike Mox, because I've been saying on this podcast for weeks that Mox should have left after
Man, we've
All
been
In.
saying this all year. We've been saying this all year, dog. Like, dude,
But yeah, I think when it comes to the timeless Tony Storm thing, do we repackage her and represent her just so we can avoid having the gimmick like stall out? Because has it like overall? I think the question I'm trying to raise is, has it run its course?
eh,
I don't think so. Because the thing about her, I kind of see her in a Jericho type light where she's able to, keep things fresh. Even though
Mhm.
even though Jericho might be a bad example, because of course towards the end, like the learning tree and all that stuff was shit. But I'm talking about like in a
But
general sense.
Jericho can get anything over. I get what you're trying to say.
Right, exactly. So I think with Tony, she does it so well, and I don't like it's one of those things where like no one has seemed to get tired of it, and she
Mhm.
always does, and she always just does this over the top shit with it that we just enjoy, that people just seem to enjoy. So I mean, I don't think it's run its course, and I do think some time away will do her some good. What I'm saying, give her a chance to kind of heal up or whatever, give us a chance to miss her or whatever. I mean, a repackage. I mean, I guess if you go back to like what like the original Tony Storm, like the kind of like punk rock kind of thing, kind of vibe,
Yeah,
then I mean she can make that work too. So if you decided to repackage her, I wouldn't mind. But I don't think you need to at this point in time. I don't think you have to.
I got you.
I don't think you can repacture at this point. I mean, like unless she has time away,
Mhm.
because like Times Tony Storm is a character that will forever live in like a top tier, like top of the mountain character, like next to like the tribal chief Roman Reigns, or next
I
to Stone
agree.
Cold Steve Austin. So like unless she like takes time off for a long time, which will deserve if she does,
Mhm.
you know, she's been carrying that company for a little bit of time. But if he even if she does take that time off, like no matter what she does, I don't think unless the time of Tony Storm, I don't think she's gonna get the same pop, the same
Mhm.
reaction she did as time of Tony Storm.
I got you. I hear you. I hear you. I
See, and that
think.
was my biggest concern too. Like if you repackage her, is that going to affect her reaction? I don't
Yeah,
know how.
like does it
I,
still
I
hit
feel
the
like it
same?
will at a certain degree. I don't think it's going to like completely flip over, but
Yeah.
he Sears might have a point, whereas it might just not be as strong because that character is so iconic. Like if you just decided to turn Roman Reigns back into the big dog, I'm sure
Oh my.
people
Oof.
probably would not like that.
Yeah,
Hmm.
So
no.
you know what I'm saying? So I mean,
Ooh, ooh.
like at least like when you think about someone like Seth Rollins, like his gimmicks are always so close together, whereas
Hmm.
there's obviously like some differences between, but he can like kind of like shuffle between each one kind of
Yeah,
seamlessly,
there's a difference
right?
between the Architect and the Monday Night Messiah, but it's still
And the
very much
Kingslayer and so forth. Exactly. But
exactly.
they're similar enough to where it can work no matter where he goes. Now, going
Mm.
from some from like Tom and Tony Storm to like the punk rocker chick is just kind of like it's a very vast jump, I think. So I
Yeah.
think so that could affect it. I still think she'll get cheers and all that, but it probably won't be as loud. That's probably true. I could agree with that.
I'm excited to see what they do for Chris Statlander, or just based off of what we've already seen, because we are recording this on the Thursday. She went up against Mina Shirakawa last night, and that was a really good
Yeah,
match. That was that was the main event, right? Yeah, that was a crazy main event.
it was a great match too. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
And that and
Um,
and that was already and that was like of course like looking ahead to what we're talking about later, like that was a great start to what hopefully is a great reign. She just kind of proved herself again, so greatness.
And she always has a storyline set up for the next part of the story set up. It seems
Exactly.
bro, I
that's how you do it.
feel yeah, because I definitely can see, especially seeing as how she's supposed to be doing a mixed tag next week against Wheeler and Marina, right?
Mhm.
If you set Marina up to be her next big opponent at, I guess their next pay-per-view would be Wrestle Dream, which is the 18th.
Hmm.
Yeah. Oh man. Yo, quick advice to all these wrestling companies because I've noticed recently, because I was looking through old rundowns, how many pay-per-views and PLEs we've covered in like the last month and a half alone. Y'all gotta slow down if you want these to really be spectacles, dog. At this point, I'm starting to expect these. Because like we even have No Mercy this weekend, and I'm like, all right, yeah, it's an NXT PLE, but that's still a PLE.
Man.
Um, but no, back to I got a little off topic there, but back to our initial point. It's gonna be exciting to see what they do for Chris. It's gonna be exciting to see how they set up. I could definitely see Marina being her next big opponent. And to be honest, Marina's been doing solid work in Ring of Honor, so it's time to give her a real like showcase and a real storyline. And also, it seems like, especially now with Pac coming back. Sorry, spoilers. Or I'm jumping ahead a little bit here, but with Pac coming back, I don't want Marina to get lost in the shuffle. You know?
Yeah,
Hmm.
All
super fair.
right.
Super fair.
Anyway. Hurt Syndicate versus The Demand in the trios match. I'm not gonna lie. Again, I think last week I said something that I never thought I would have ever said in my whole entire life as a wrestling fan, and that was that Ricochet is actually doing really good character work. And
Hey
now I'm about
man,
to follow
he
that.
has been.
I'm about to follow that up by saying Ricochet has officially gotten a whole stable over. He has now been the guy that is dependable to get a whole faction over because, mind you, Toa Leona and Bishop Connor, very talented and good at what they do. But why the fuck is it that I'm now randomly doing this in the middle of my house every time they show up on screen? For anyone
The
who's listening in the audio, I'm throwing up the demand symbol. Why the fuck? Why the fuck is it that I'm randomly just doing this now every time? And I'm even doing that little corny ass little aha that he does. That fucking oh my god. No, congrats to Ricochet. You're all you needed to do was to get fired, and now you're doing amazing character work.
Well, I don't know if you ever had the opportunity to do this character work in WWE. Like,
That's fair. That's fair. No, that sounded like a backward ass compliment. I really did mean that as a genuine compliment, but yeah, no, I get what you're saying. Like he did that. No, it really sounded like I was hating, but I promise you I'm not. But no, yeah, he definitely wasn't given this type of story. He definitely wasn't given the link. And also, the cool thing about this storyline between the Demand and the Hurt Syndicate is how longly played out it's been. Like this was a random plot point that was dropped when Ricochet like first came to AEW. What was that like early last year or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's say so for the sake of saying so. If I'm wrong, correct us in the comments or something. Um, but yeah, so and then to see this finally come full circle for them to be part of the reason why the Hurt Syndicate got the belts off of them, which obviously still kept them strong, but still allowed for Brodito to get the dub. Um, back in Forbidden Door, I think that this is really it's a really really dope and a really really smart way of allowing for the Hurt Syndicate to elevate young talent while also still looking dominant as ever. Because to be honest, once this storyline is over, I am a full believer that either Shelton Benjamin or Bobby Lashley should start to get moved into the world title picture. That's just me.
I think it's time for Bobby to get there as well, for sure. I'm surprised that he hasn't already really been thrust into that picture so far. Um, I don't want to
Bro can,
say
bro can still go and he looks like a champion.
right. Like I don't want to say they got because they were good because they were great tag team champions. So like my issue isn't that they were in the tag division. I just feel like there's obviously more for both of them, and obviously they're both getting
Yeah.
old, they're both getting older. So I'm not saying, I'm saying give them everything, but it's just like these two guys that are, even though at their age, like they can still go, can still wrestle, what I'm saying, still look fucking fantastic. And like you said, Bobby Lashley just looks like a champion. Like when they finally strapped the rocket to him, what I'm saying, like in the early 2020s, and he was WWE champion a couple of times,
Hmm.
like he
Yeah.
just looked like I compare it to how Batista looked with the World Heavyweight Championship. Like he just looked like that guy. Like
Yeah.
the presentation they gave him, like
It
there
was
had
very
like
much classic
he's
champion.
he was one of the best presented and booked champions we had in a while. Honestly, I can honestly say that. Like Bobby Lashley, yeah. So I'm like, you know what? Yeah, put him in the picture. It wouldn't hurt. It wouldn't hurt anybody. Shoot.
Hmm. Turn him heel, we can get Lashley versus Hangman real quick.
Hey man, and the thing about it, and the thing about
Bro.
Bobby Lashley that people fail to really understand is like he's not like a Goldberg or like a Brock Lesnar where it's like, yeah, he's just big and he does a spear or he does a slam. Yes, does he have a spear? Absolutely. But
Absolutely.
he's also like he can do more than that. Like he's one of those big men that can just give you whatever you need. Like obviously he's
Yeah.
Hmm.
powerful as hell, but also he's a freak athlete also, you feel me? Like he can actually go in the ring. He can do a quick squash match. He can give you 20, 25 minutes. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like it I feel like him and Hangman would benefit from facing each other for sure.
I need that in my life at some point.
Immediately.
Hmm.
Yeah. Um, yeah, man. I don't think there's anything else much to say other than since the Demand got the win over the Hurt Syndicate with which by the way, I'm not gonna lie, even though I called the Hurt Syndicate winning that match when I did our predictions video on TikTok, which by the way, go follow Top Rope Boys Pod at TikTok for more content. But I fully like I should have known that as soon as MVP was stepping in the ring, that damn, he's taking the pin. It was very blatant in hindsight.
Yeah. I mean, he was the right person to take it, though, be honest.
Yeah. Like, no, he was the right person. I can't see anybody else taking the pin out of that fucking match. But yeah, I think the big thing is like on one hand, I'm thinking, does this mean more? We're gonna get more in ring from MVP. But on the other hand, I'm like, we don't really need it. I
We
think
don't.
they've built the Hurts. I think they've built the Hurt Syndicate so well and they package him so well that if he wanted to literally stay a manager for the rest of his career and whether the Hurt Syndicate stays as a unit, which again, because of the fact that I'm such a believer of one of them getting a world title role, I hope isn't really the case, or whether they split and whoever decide they could literally whenever Shelton and Bobby decide to split the Hurt Syndicate so they can have individual endeavors for their last singles runs, it should end in a custody of MVP match.
I'm crying.
It should end in a custody of MVP match.
Just put him in a shark cage and hang him above the ring.
Oh
First
yeah.
two, first two. No, do an MVP on a pole match.
Wow.
Oh, no.
But I like it's
Like,
truly
let's just go
truly
full. Let's just go full WCW. Just go full WCW and just put anything on a pole. Put MVP on a pole. Fuck it. MVP on a pole match. Winner gets his services.
the winner gets a manager.
Like
Uh,
shit.
But no, man, I think I say all that to say MVP can really just manage the rest of his career. Like, of course, we know what he did, we know what he brought, we know how talented he is, was, all that. Literally, arguably one of the best U.S. champions in all of history. We know who MVP is, but yeah, thinking back to that match in hindsight, I was like, yeah, it was pretty fucking easy that he was taking the pin.
Like
So my whole big thing is the demand gonna take the? Do we see the demand taking the belts off of the ops, the trios belts?
oh yeah.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, the opposite right
Especially
now
with
is stuck with the finals, so
imagine.
they need to get away from them.
So Shibata's out on injury after what happened on the pre-show with him and Daniel McGuinness. It's still fuck Daniel McGuinness, by the way. Um, until I decide to like Daniel McGuinness again, I'm just gonna continue saying fuck Daniel McGuinness because that heel turn really fucked me up. Um, but yeah, so with Shibata, imagine this: with Shibata out on injury, imagine if they call Hook.
Wait, did you say Daniel McGuinness?
Yeah, Daniel was
Nigel.
You mean
no
Nigel
Nigel McGuinness.
McGuinness? I'm sorry. I had a slow reaction. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, I did. I did too.
Sorry, I meant Daniel. I meant Daniel Garcia. It's been a long. It's been a long day, guys.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, so we're not even in the same boat here. Good God. Okay.
No,
Okay, Steph, I need you to apologize to Nigel. I need you to apologize to Nigel real quick before we continue.
Right. I'm sitting
I
here
know.
like, what Nigel do?
You didn't do it
Nigel, my
twice.
bad. Nigel, my bad. Hey. Daniel Garcia. It's still fuck you though, 'cause that heel turn had me fucked up. But sorry, it's been a long day. But yeah,
No, it's okay,
um,
man. I feel you.
Mhm.
fuck, where was I going? Oh yeah. So with Shibata out because of what happened with Daniel Garcia. Daniel Garcia. Um, imagine the ops call Hook, ask either Powerhouse Hobbs or Samoa Joe, ask Hooks to step in, blah blah, because obviously they had that whole hanging thread from their storyline and things of that nature. And then Hook is the one to cost them the belts. So then it ends up building to a beef between Joe and Hobbs versus Hook and Eddie Kingston because we did see.
See, it's so funny because I can see a world where Hook goes against Samoa Joe because here's the thing, like, because the story is really already ready made, right? Because obviously in TNA, you know what I'm saying, Taz was like Samoa Joe's mentor for a little bit in like 2009, I
Mhm.
believe. And
Mm.
you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying? So like obviously there's history there going down. So I think it could be a thing and they all like wrestle the same. Like Taz and Hook and Samoa Joe have similar wrestling styles where like they use a lot of like suplexes and submissions. You know what I'm saying? Like so obviously I would imagine Hook would be to Samoa Joe to where like there will be enough heat there. So I think, and honestly, if they wrestle, it could be a really, really good, compelling matchup because of just how they wrestle. Even though Hook is like way smaller than Samoa Joe,
Yeah.
it could still be a great match to watch. And I would honestly be very, very down for that. Like a heel Hook, heel Hook, but a heel Hook would be cool.
We need something to spice up Hook's character right now because ever since actually not even since the return, even before the return, he's been kind of lacking in the aura that he used to have. So I think anything that kind of shakes up the dynamics, I'm fine with. I'm with it.
And I imagine it where like it'll be like Hook is like the silent like uh badass guy, and then Eddie Kingston is the mouthpiece of the group of the team,
Yeah.
where Eddie's doing all the talking, and Hook is just they all making people tap out. Like that could be a fun duo, and I fully do think that if we like, I think we will see a Hook versus Sonya Joe. I think that will help propel Hook to that next level.
Which
Oh,
is
for
definitely
sure.
because I feel like since he's done single stuff and he was like FTW champion and all that, like I feel like he could be elevated to the next level. He just for some reason hasn't been yet. Like I can see him going, for what I'm saying, like the TNT title or something, for example, or I'm saying the unified championship,
Ooh,
whatever the case is. You know
could
what I'm
be
saying?
I'm
And
fun.
not gonna lie.
I think him
Hook
as
going up against Kyle would go crazy.
him as like a TNT champion would be crazy because like he's one of those guys who's gonna go out there, whoever wants some can come get it, you feel me? And we can scrap. Like he just gives the type of guy where it's like, yeah, he's a heel, but like if you want to fight, we can fucking fight. And that's why and
Mhm.
that's
Oh
and that's and
god.
that's why I like him so much because he doesn't care about that. Like I like heels that aren't like chicken shit heels, but heels that are like, okay, whoever wants some can still come get some no matter what type shit.
Mhm.
Yeah. Oh man. There's just so much story to be told there, man. So fucking much. But we're talking about all these teams. We gotta talk about the tag team title ladder match. Brodito, Josh Alexander, Hechicero, Jet Speed, and the Young Bucks in a four-way ladder match. All I will say is very, very happy that Brodito retained. However, they gonna stop playing in Jet Speed's fucking name, dog. They are going to stop playing with fucking Jet Speed.
I love
I
Jets.
I do. They're one of the best. Two of the best young talents that AEW has right now. And honestly, guys, you were talking, Reek, about the women's world title match being the show stealer for you. I think that the tag title match was a show stealer for me. I was constantly hooked, very, very
Oh
much
no, I'd agree.
impressed.
I'd agree. Now, like as far as the women's title match goes, it was more so like in terms of like the shock value of it, not
Mm,
Mhm.
necessarily like I would say the moment as far as moments go, it was a show as far as moments go because that just wasn't really an expected thing to happen. Now, as far as matches go,
yeah,
I would agree that a lot of matches there because like obviously Young Bucks, Bro Dito, Don Callis family, Jet Speed, four great duos. You know what I'm saying? All the talent in the world. Like a lot of like high flying shit going on. Young Bucks doing their thing. Like it was. I just love when a ladder match is well put together.
yeah,
Like and AEW and like the thing about AEW's tag division is that like their tag division is very very deep. I know we talk about WWE's tag division on SmackDown and Raw, but like AEW's tag team division is very 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 deep. It always
Mhm.
has been. And it's like you have all these teams that can do such all these great things. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like no one looks weak, even though even if you don't win the titles, it's like, damn, Jet Speed did this. Damn, Don Callis did this. Damn, the Young Bucks did this.
yeah,
So I think like they always do good in having a platform where we can be complimentary to all teams, win or lose. And that's just how good the matches are, and that's how good of a match this was. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Brodito. Like they're one of my favorite makeshift teams going on right now, and they continue to keep rolling. So hey, that's what it is.
bro. I wish we could be in a world we could get Brodito versus Fraxium.
Oof.
Mhm.
I feel
Ooh.
like that
Good
would go
cuts.
crazy.
That was a cook. That was a cook. That was a cook.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Lastly, real quick, let's talk about Kyle Fletcher versus Hangman Adam Page. Man, I'm gonna tell y'all a little behind the scenes secret. So I texted Reek maybe like 2 weeks ago, and I said, it looks like they're building towards Kyle and Hangman. Is this a little early to give him the world title shot? And I may have talked about it on the pod here last week too, but I was like, this might be a little premature. I'm sorry, let me shut the fuck up. This is a
See,
whole episode
and
of you
here's
shutting
my
the fuck
thing.
up.
And here's my thing. Because I was saying like, is it? I was saying like he has. Is it's very quick to put the title on him to actually have him win. Yes, 100%. Now, as far as wrestling goes, he's exactly where he needs to be. And that's why I was like, it's going to be a great showcase for him. Like he ain't gonna win that title, but I knew he was gonna go out there and cook because that's just how good Kyle Fletcher is. Like we talk about how great Will Ospreay is. Like Kyle Fletcher is right there with him. Like we saw him go toe to toe with him like it was nothing. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
it's like Kyle Fletcher is, in my eyes, a future world champion.
Mhm.
I'm not saying in the next year or so, but he showed that he can hang, and he's continuously showed that he can hang. You know what I'm saying? So like all out was not a surprise to me. It was not a shocker. I was like, yeah, he's gonna go out there with Hangman and they're gonna have a fucking banger. And that's exactly what they did. You feel me? Now, if he had won the title, would I have been shocked? I'm like, damn, that's crazy. But I didn't think they'd go there. I just knew it'd be a good contest. So I'm just glad that's what it was.
oh yeah. No, I feel you. Sears, what you think, man?
I mean, I agree. I mean, I knew it was going to be a good match because like Kyle Fletcher's been on fire lately. But I knew he wasn't going to win the title because I mean, your top two single male championships on the same person would be kind of crazy. But wouldn't have shocked me. But I would have been shocked if Hangman lost his what second solo title defense since getting the belt back. But it was
I
a
think
good match
second,
overall. Second, yeah,
yeah.
he had a rematch against Moxley. No, solo because MJF. Anyway, yeah, but I agree. Like Kyle Fletcher is a feature like of AEW. Like once it's like let's look at it. Like Kenny Omega, they're an age. Moxley, they're an age. You know,
Yeah.
like Roll, I think is up there in age as well. Like I don't know, maybe not as old, but like I think he's getting old.
I
Like
think what's going to take out Swerve is sadly, and I'm not wishing injury on anybody, but I think the fact that Swerve wrestled with injury for so long is going to be what inhibits him in the long run.
yeah, but like Hangman Page, I don't know how old he is, but I think he's older as well. Clearly, he's not putting the
Uh,
belt on Darby Allin. That's another
Sw
story. But like,
Swerve and Hangman are both 34.
okay, so that's not as old. But like, Will Ospreay, MJF, there was like the stars that they signed to be the future, but they also needed the homegrown talent and like talent that like could be developed into main talents.
Yeah,
And Kyle Fletcher is one of them. I think
So,
five, say within 5 years, he'll be world champion.
I could definitely
as he
see
should
that.
be, as he should
Yeah,
be.
as he should be. Yeah.
Man. Yeah, every time I think of Kyle, he just gets me excited for the future AEW dog. Genuinely and truly.
He's one of the pillars now.
Oh, took Sammy's spot real quick.
Man, oh God. Um, what the fuck is even going on with Sammy Guevara though?
He joined I forgot what the group called, but Darwin Auto. He calls when
Oh
Dustin
yeah,
got
yeah,
hold.
yeah, yeah. The shit. I know who you're talking about. Fuck. It's all the Latin dudes. I'm so sorry I'm blanking on names.
Yeah, I am
The
too.
something the Toros.
Roosh.
Hmm.
Yeah, because
That.
when you mess with the bull, you get the horns. Yeah, I know exactly.
Hmm.
Yeah, he joined the faction.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I totally forgot that. Honestly, I totally missed it that him and Dustin weren't champions anymore. I totally missed that.
Because Dustin got hold.
I
So
Yeah.
just found out in the moment that Roosh and Sammy are Ring of Honor Tag Team Champions. I'm sorry.
yeah,
I literally just found that out. That's why when you brought up Sammy, I was like, are him and Dustin still Tag Team Champions? And I look, I'm like, oh, no, they're not. Oh wow.
yeah.
Okay.
I think he had someone in the faction replace him,
That
which
makes sense.
confused the what are they called?
The Freebird rule.
No, not the free rules, but uh the Iron Claw team,
Oh, but
the
the
Cowboys.
Ah, I see.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can't think of the names right now. I'm so tired, I am. But then I think like they caused them the trio championship as well in Ring of Honor.
Hmm.
So that's a whole
I,
story.
I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Like I try to keep up with Ring of Honor as much as I can because I respect the promotion and I know like how hollowed it is in the world of wrestling. However, everybody gotta get their designated day. Because I think Ring of Honor drops their episodes on Friday, and we all know that's a designated SmackDown day.
I'm saying.
Hmm.
Like if I get to Ring of Honor during the weekend, I get to Ring of Honor. But I'm sorry, it's a lot of wrestling going on. Speaking of a lot of wrestling, let's hop right into WrestlePalooza, guys, because it was
I
a
just want to point
show.
out something real quick.
Go ahead.
AAA has a mixed tag team championship.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I just
isn't
want to point that out.
this is very
And
true.
that is a very underrated title concept that I think more companies need to use.
Who are the champs right now? Is it Mr.
Mr.
Iguana and
Iguana and
Elahi Indra?
somebody.
It's Elahi
Uh,
Indra, right?
yep, correct.
Okay. Hey, I mean,
Just wanted to
I
point
may
that out.
forget
That's
a
it.
lot. No, no, no. I'm with you. I'm with you. I really am with you because I think over the last couple weeks we've been talking and we all been kind of in agreement. They got to bring back the mixed match challenge. They got to bring back. Uh, we got to bring back. Look, man. Do y'all remember Lucha Underground like 2019,
Oh,
2018?
of course.
Yes. Uh-huh.
We gotta we gotta bring back that level of intergender wrestling.
Like I need to see Becky Lynch take a GTS CM Punk at some point. Like
Something.
I'm actually
Something.
I'm actually surprised that like I said this last week on the pod, but I fully predicted that like this match of WrestlePalooza would have been like the trickle for it.
Mhm.
I'm surprised I didn't see Punk or Rollins just destroy Becky and Lee.
Man, man, I'm just all right, man. Let's just jump right into it. So, WrestlePalooza was a show, right? It was a show. And since we're already talking about the
It was
mixed
certainly
tag
a
match,
show of all time.
exactly, it was a show.
Certainly a
Um,
show of all time, yeah.
since we're already talking about the mixed tag match, which in my opinion is one of the few highlights from this show, I really
One
do
of one of
apologize.
like two highlights.
I really do apologize to anyone who paid for this. I didn't. I
Not
didn't
this
hire
guy,
anybody. I
not
didn't pay
me.
for it. Um, but I appreciate y'all. Uh, all I'll say is, since we're talking about the mixed tag match, AJ, AJ still got it. AJ can still go. Now, I understand that Becky also covered up a couple of spots because it was looking a little loose at times. However, Becky, if you don't bend the fuck down for the Black Widow, like that shit blew the fuck out of me.
She
I'm
was
like Becky.
sandbagging her.
Yeah,
Becky couldn't. Becky could literally just bend like an inch lower.
But I do think
yeah,
overall, though, like even though there was ring rust present, I do think AJ was still able to hold her own. 'Cause obviously, like when you're away from the ring for 10
10 years.
years, you know what I'm saying? There's going to be a couple of bumps in the road, you know what I'm saying? But considering
hmm
how long she's been out of the ring and considering who she was in the ring with, you know what I'm saying? She held her own. She knew what she had to do, you know what I'm saying? And
Oh, for
obviously, like
sure.
the match was still exciting because of the nostalgia and the names involved. So it's like she didn't need to carry too much. She didn't have to do too much. You know what I'm saying? So it was the way the match was structured, the way it went. I think it went well. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, CM Punk and AJ came out with the win. So um, it was just cool to see because that was something that we've been clamoring for almost 2 years since CM
Years.
Punk's been back now. So I, I just thought it was cool. Like there was no moment watching this match where I wasn't smiling. I was just like, this is beautiful. I love what I'm
I'm not
seeing.
gonna lie. I was definitely smiling like a motherfucker dog. Like this match. I'm not gonna lie. For a lot of this PLE, I was silent, like dead silent, just watching. But but the CM Punk and but the Punk, AJ, Seth and Becky match, like you said, it was interesting. It had me invested. It was invigorating. because there was more than just a proper build. It was actually really good ring chemistry.
Mhm.
Like, if the plan is for AJ to take the belt off of Becky, yeah, run it back. I wouldn't mind. We can run this shit at fucking Survivor Series if they decide to draw it out and not do it at Crown Jewel.
Well,
Yeah, I would say they probably will. They probably will. Like with especially like with Seth and Seth going against Cody. Like I feel like they're not going to have everything in one show. They're going to space that out for sure. It wouldn't shock me.
Yeah.
but I was saying, yeah, yes, they will have a control. That control is
You
in
think
Saudi, right?
Yeah,
no, Crown
it wouldn't
Jewel's
shock me.
in
I feel like they absolutely
Crown Jewel's
should.
in Perth.
Oh, it's in Perth. Mm.
Yes, in Perth.
Okay, then then
I think because if it was in Saudi, they would very easily get it.
I don't know. I
But
had it in my brain that it was in. I had it in my brain that it was in Saudi. Sorry if I was incorrect.
yeah, me
because
too.
That's
no,
why.
I
That's why I thought. That's why I was like they could stretch these. I thought that since it was in Saudi, they might consider it. But
yeah,
since it's in Perth, I mean, I say go for it. If it's in Perth, shit, go crazy.
Yeah, what to say?
I fully understand why you guys were confused because the Crown Jewel championships were literally kept in Saudi Arabia for the
Yes.
year.
Okay.
They they
Yes.
they kept they kept those belts there afterwards, which is still the stupidest thing I've seen
But
in a while.
they got the wing for it though.
Yeah, they got the rings.
True.
And we'll talk about the rings when we talk about Raw. But man, I think if Becky and AJ is the long-term feud or the next program, if they want to use it to build up to, I'm honestly fine either way. If they want to build up and then have the title transfer happen at Crown Jewel, cool. If they want to have, if they want to have it happen at Survivor Series, cool. I'm fine either way. I think it'll probably all depend on because Becky has been saying that like she's been getting more into film and things like that. What are you shooting next? When is the next season of your little Star Trek show that you keep talking about in interviews happening? That I think that'll be what determines it.
Probably. Yeah, I can see that. Because I know like let me think like Survivor Series obviously in late November and obviously like you could stretch it, but like at the same time, if you want, like you could easily run that match more than once also. So I mean, you can
Yeah.
run like the first match at Crown Jewel, run the get back match at Survivor Series. You know what
And
I'm
then have
saying?
like a random Raw match in between just so we can set it up.
Something. Yeah, like you could like there are ways to go about it. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta execute.
Or
Yeah.
they have
What
it
do you
at Crown
say?
Jewel. Then they have them involved in the women's war games match that we know is going to happen.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
I honestly I see them capturing the teams more than anything,
Actually, banger
I can
idea.
see that.
and then have the payoff of the rivalry be. Let's see. That would be the next one. Would be. Would that be?
What's in December? Do we have anything in December?
Would that be Bad Blood?
Bad Blood's typically in October,
I actually have to look because now I don't even know. Oh my
which I think
goodness.
which was what made me think that they're skipping Bad Blood this year because if so, we would be getting ready for it.
Yeah, all we have in December is that Saturday Night's main event that's in DC.
Maybe
Yeah.
maybe they save it for that. I was
I'm not
thinking a
gonna lie
Saturday Night
that
main event.
I'm not gonna lie that would be a good place because that is very certainly going to be the biggest Saturday Night's main event probably since they brought the brand back
Yeah,
or since we brought the event back.
I would say honestly, like, you can very easily stack Saturday Night's main event if you want.
Yeah,
Yeah,
You could really stack that if you really wanted to, especially since considering like is John Cena's retirement match that night. You might as well stack it, make it
yeah.
a
and we're not
full
just
card.
saying that because we finna be there. Like,
Oh boy,
Soon they drop.
listen. As soon as them tickets drop, brother, I'm getting what I can get. Okay, I don't
oh
care.
God,
You feel me? I'll be there no matter what.
oh God,
we'll be on the seat on the rooftops watching from
if
below.
need
Listen,
be.
hey, I just want to be in the building. That's it.
Oh, for real. Um,
Speaking of John Cena, good lord, I
all right, man. So let's.
I
I'm
just
not
want to
gonna
get this
lie.
over. I didn't even want to talk about this shit, but
I'm not gonna lie. Let's just get right into it. So he had the match with the man who's in all that fucking paperwork. He had
Lawsuit man squash my goat, but
Who shall not be named.
lawsuit man, paper trail man.
we all got look. We all got our different nicknames for him. Man, I
It
love it.
was
I love it.
it was literally a redo of SummerSlam 2014, and for
It
what
pissed me off.
reason?
It pissed me off.
Especially considering that John now is just moving on to a match with AJ Styles. It
With no build, no,
what
mind you, it doesn't need a build, but
I
it
mean,
was a
obviously
waste of a day.
you can have some promo stuff leading up to it, you know what I'm saying? But it's just like, why have Brock squash him? First of all, John was scheduled to win based on what we've heard. He was scheduled to win. So, but like, it was just like, did we? It was. I just feel like it was unnecessary.
Yeah,
It's like in the grand scheme of things, this match has no relevancy whatsoever. It was literally just to do it. I
and you kind of they didn't ruin the SummerSlam match with that ending, but they definitely hurt the ending of it by having him come back only for it to pay off in this, you know?
Yeah, like it just felt like pointless. Like it just no reason. I don't know. It's just
Look, man, all I'm gonna say is as soon as he came out with the kids, while I was hyped, I then also knew exactly what the fuck it was.
yeah, like you can just kind of tell based on the vibes. It was like, yeah, this is what they're going to do tonight. And I saw it and I knew I was like, God damn it to hell, they're going to do it. And
So,
they
question.
really did. Yep.
What's the question?
Uh, I think a key thing we're going to talk about here is not the match itself, because that match was shit, but what
Oh, very
was
much.
the pre of the match, Paul Heyman introducing him.
Thank you.
My
I was just
question,
about to talk about that.
my question is, where do they go from there with that? So they teased it on SmackDown, and we saw it on WrestlePalooza. Do we think those like a build off of this? Like, do we think that like Lesnar joins the Vision group for War Games, but you
Oh,
get Cena into War Games?
oh.
That might be the only time that may be the only thing I will tolerate, and then after that, he has to get the fuck off my TV.
See, I'll say this because he's already being advertised for WrestleMania.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
He's
what
on
blew the fuck out of me.
I saw him on the poster. So he's going to be at WrestleMania about pretty much 99% likely,
Hmm.
right? So the thing I thought the thing with Paul Heyman might have been like a fan service thing. You know what I'm saying? Because obviously we know their history. I don't even need to go into it.
Hmm.
Yeah,
But if that I don't uh
I really
I
do
could
feel
definitely
like I
see
can see it being a setup for War Games.
I could see Brock being brought in for the War Games match, as like a one-off kind of thing. Because obviously, Brock don't do teams. You know,
Hmm.
Brock don't do factions. So it could be just like a one night thing type shit. You know what I'm saying? Hey, like Seth can go to Paul, be like, hey, we need somebody for this match. Da 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 da. You get lawsuit man. Cool. But uh I just don't even want I don't want him on my screen. So it's like I'm a Steph. Like I don't even know.
Oh,
I can't even
I agree.
I can't even like formulate where they can go next because I don't want to see him. So I don't know.
Look, man, all I'm saying is, um, when it comes to the man who's in all those fucking paperwork, I'm really gonna, yeah, I'm gonna keep that going. I don't care. At this point, it makes me feel better. Um, so when it comes to his direction, it's very clearly setting up for War Games. I'll tolerate that. However, the thing that annoys me, keep my keep me and Sears, his close personal friend, who we have met, Braun Breaker, far the fuck away from the man whose name is in all that fucking paperwork.
Oh Lord, they already talking about it, man.
Hmm.
Yeah,
They already talking about it, man.
I,
That's why I'm irritated. I'm like, yup, damn it.
I
don't.
hate
And go ahead.
I hate that I can picture war game. What happens at war games that leads to this?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I don't even want to. I don't, in my mind, don't keep Braun Breaker far, far, far away. But I know that they're not, and which I think I talked about this to you guys earlier. All those fucking dream matches that they want for him, the Gunthers, keep him the fuck away. Jacob Fatu,
honestly, like
keep him the fuck away.
I don't want
I
no
don't want
part.
none of it.
I want
I
nothing to
don't,
do
I
with
don't
it.
want none of it.
I don't want
The
no parts
only
of
way
it.
Like,
I want, only way I want it if they're kicking his ass.
Honestly,
no,
like
on God. But knowing how he's getting booked,
I don't need him going over on anybody. I don't need him winning any more matches. I don't need that. No.
Like if Braun Breaker decides to feel him so that he breaks in half, I won't complain. I
Cool,
won't
yeah,
even
like have Braun Breaker spear this motherfucker 10 times. I don't care. Get him out of my fucking
at
face.
50 miles an hour. Let's do it.
Like full
yeah, I
speed.
think honestly, I think that Braun could be the only person that Triple H would book to put over Brock. Ugh, I hate saying that. The man whose name is in all that fucking paperwork. Now that feels
Yeah.
better.
Shout out to lawsuit, man.
Um, all right, man. Let's get into some better news. So the women's world heavyweight championship match. This was a fucking banger. This, I think, from a technical standpoint, was the best wrestling that was going on in this whole fucking show.
Oh
Easily and by
yeah.
far.
Hmm.
Stephanie Vaquer versus Io Sky. Man, I know I'm jumping straight to the end, but that fucking Spinal Tap was beautiful. I don't care if Styles says it's not the Spinal Tap. That
Yeah, I
shit was
was
a
about to say it's
Spinal
funny
Tap.
because AJ was like, it's not the spiral tap, but like but no, I just want to say though, like Io Sky is honestly WWE's MVP this year. I'm not gonna lie, because like there have been
Yes.
spots where she's been slotted in and has knocked it out of the park. Like when, like I'm like I don't know how many people thought this, but for me, I was like, we're going to get Rhea and Bianca at WrestleMania. That's the match what we're getting. No,
Yeah.
Io won the fucking title after a banger match. You know what I'm saying? They went into Evolution, had another banger match. Like Io has been putting on banger after banger each year. You know what I'm saying? She's like the most consistent wrestler on the roster by far.
Hmm.
I mean,
EO's given us like three, maybe four match of the year contenders in 9 months
and
alone.
at least two like two like easy lock-in contenders at least too. That's the thing. Like
Hmm.
Yeah.
she's been on a different level. Like her being slotted in to face Stephanie, I was like, oh yeah, this is the right decision to make here. You could not go wrong with that. And
Hmm.
it was she just continues to show what she is. Like I've called her the best wrestler on the planet, regardless of man or woman, and I've meant that. Like, dude, I she's
That's
on a different
fucking
level right
EO
now.
Sky, man. I get it.
And we were talking about potential matches for Stephanie on the main roster as the months went on, and I was clamoring for Stephanie and Io, and then I got what I was asking for, and they killed it.
Hmm.
Shout out to Stephanie, man.
No, for real. Shout out to Stephanie. It was a really dope, really sweet story, especially because her father's birthday was the day after. The Chris Van Vliet interview literally came out maybe the Tuesday before the match. And so she was breaking down that whole story and everything like that. And so I think they had this great kind of sentiment and great build to help get audiences in and behind her character. So I think what we have now, while man, I still wish we had gotten the Naomi Stephanie match, but I think that this is honestly the best possible outcome that could have happened given the situation and the circumstances. Because Stephanie still fulfills that new energy that we very much needed within that title scene. So man, shout out to Stephanie, shout out to La Primera. I think she might be having one of the best rookie years in God knows how long. Well, rookie year in WWE. Obviously, we know
No,
not rookie
yeah,
year
yeah.
overall.
No,
Oh,
100%. Like obviously she came in, fast tracked, won the NXT Women's North American title, became the double champ and everything. You know what I'm saying? Join main, just won the world title. You know what I'm saying? Like and the thing about, and I think the cool thing about Stephanie is that like she's proven. No one's
mhm.
questioning her. Like no one's like, oh, why is she in this spot? Why is she in this spot? Bro, because that's just who she is. She's one of them ones. And she's being booked
Yeah.
like it. And she wrestles like it. So it's
Mhm.
like she's not wrestling above her head. She's not getting over pushed. Nothing like everything about her is organic. She's over. She has a great look. Like she's just doing what we thought she would do on the main roster. And it's like yeah, like if we have like a Slammy Award for Breakout Star of the Year or whatever, I guess you can say it's her, technically speaking, of course, based on being her first year in the company. But yeah, like she's
I'm not gonna lie, man. Every time I watch Stephanie win and elevate, I keep thinking, damn, I'm really happy that we went to Vengeance Day.
I'm
Because now we
saying,
can say we saw her win her first title in the
I'm
WWE.
telling you, I was there for that. I was there for that live. I was there for that. Cool stuff.
And the thing is that now in January, when she comes back when she debuts in the Rumble, it's gonna be a completely different scenario, dog.
Man.
Well, she won't even be in the Rumble at this point.
Oh yeah. Yeah, she's got the belt. She won't be in the Rumble.
Exactly. Like
Shit.
she gonna be chilling. See, and
Oh
I
my
think
God.
too, like I wonder who's going to win the women's title. I really, really do because I just see the thing about
Honestly,
the women's picture right now is going to just get better as the months go on because Liv's going to come back soon. People going to get healthy. You know what I'm saying? Like we got a new world champion. We're probably going to have a new women's champion coming up soon. I mean, the possibilities are endless. So like we're talking about the Royal Rumble. I'm trying to figure out like, damn, who's going to win that bitch? Like,
Like,
like
mhm.
I'm trying. I'm just thinking like ahead of like, okay, like what is next year going to look like as far as the women go?
put a
And
rocket on Liv. Put a rocket
and
on Liv as soon as she's
and I
healthy.
would imagine at some point Julia gets elevated too. I would hope and imagine. So like it's just
We can only hope and
there's
pray.
so much potential, and it's like even like as the older ladies or my like I said, the ladies are getting some of the ladies like Bailey and Becky are getting older. We have this generation of women right below them too. Even in NXT, we got ladies coming up. So it's just like
Yeah.
the possibilities are super, super endless right now. Like Lash Legend, Kalani, girls like that. Like
Mhm.
this is going to be some cool shit going on. I imagine coming up soon.
It's gonna be absolutely insane, man.
Oh yeah. Oof.
Yeah, no, this is gonna be a lot of fun. Uh, do we want to talk about Rose McIntyre, which is crazy to say because this is literally the WWE Championship match.
I no, because I'll say because I don't have much to say in way of the match itself. Like it was a pretty cut and dry match. Nothing overly spectacular. I think hearing the aftermath of like what I don't like peeling back the curtain because I don't like the unreal shit whatever. But I'll peel it back again for this part. Like apparently reportedly, it was Cody basically asked to lose the title, right? And it's gonna be like Randy costing him the title and some more shit, whatever. Drew's gonna win the title, cool beans, whatever. I just feel like you could have pulled the trigger on Drew there, and
Mhm.
no one would have batted an eye. It just seemed like it just seemed like y'all went with a safer route again. It's kind of like when Cody won the title back in the first place. It was like, is Cody going to turn heel? Is he going to cheat? Like everyone was anticipating it, but they just kind of like said, nah, we're going to be safe with it, whatever. And I mean, I'm not mad at going the safe route, but it's like, how many more title matches is Drew going to lose? You know what
Oh
I'm saying?
God,
Like how?
they
Like
keep playing with my
what
man.
are we? What like? It's like the whole his cycle of suffering is like endless, and I'm just like, what are we doing with him? But
Mhm.
and it is leading to, and I'm trying to figure out, and obviously we won't really know what's next for Cody until after Crown Jewel, which also kind of sucks because Crown Jewel is kind of like a filler episode essentially and things,
Mhm.
but
It's its
I
own little pocket universe.
yeah, so I'm just trying to figure out like what's next for Cody and what's next for Drew. Like, where are we going with this? Like, that's what I'm trying to find out.
Definitely.
Did Drew McIntyre hold? Cause it looked like he got hold in the match.
Yeah, that last like when he like put his leg through the table, that did look like that looked bad. That did look
Yeah,
bad.
I don't know. I haven't gotten any. I haven't seen anything from the dirt sheets or anything saying that he's injured. No official statements. So
Same.
Yeah.
So I would imagine not. I sure as hell hope not, of course.
hmm
same.
Yeah, that would just like I don't know, like Drew McIntyre should have been the person to beat him if you're not going to set up that waiting on Cody feed for it. But it happened way too soon. Like, why
Yeah.
couldn't you just put Logan Paul in that spot? I know we hate Logan Paul. Put Logan Paul in that spot. You know, like Drew
But
McIntyre does
it's
not need to lose this soon.
yeah.
And that's my
We're
thing. Like, it's like the Drew is put in these spots, but keeps losing over and over and over.
hmm
And it's just like, at what point does Drew say, okay, fuck this? Because I would imagine at some point you got to be tired of like being put in these spots in just to lose, especially like when the your big run was in front of no fans. I'd be pissed
I'm not gonna
too.
lie,
Like,
man.
I need something.
I would agree with you if we didn't also have Finn Balor, who's apparently, reportedly, I am not pocket watching, but allegedly, according to what I've seen on the internet, he is one of WWE's highest paid superstars, and we
As
know
he
how
should
his
be.
record goes.
Yeah.
So maybe the check is what's making him not be Drew Galloway and be more disrespectful to Drew
Of
McIntyre.
course. Obviously, like if you're making 750K or $1 million a year, just you know what I'm saying? You know what you gonna do, right?
I mean,
But
shit, I'll take the
Yeah.
pen every night for
you
that.
feel me? Like, listen, if I got paid 250K a year or 500K a year to be in catering, well,
You're
Hey,
hey,
catering pretty well.
where the Banoffee at?
hey, listen, it is what it is at a certain point, but yeah,
Oh God. All right, man. Let's just jump right on into Raw. So we had the episode open up with Cody Rhodes and
yeah.
Seth freaking Rollins setting up their match for Crown Jewel. Seth came out and talked about the ring that Cody gifted him WrestleMania 40, which I'm not gonna lie. I if I did not watch Cody's podcast with Becky Lynch and them talking about that ring, I would have never cared about this ring. The same way how when the Drew McIntyre CM Punk beef was going on, that fucking bracelet annoyed the hell out of me. Oh, I got so annoyed that fucking bracelet. But I think the whole kind of emotional tether of this beef heading into Crown Jewel is like, oh, were you really even my friend? Blah 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 blah. What the fuck has Cody done since? What the fuck has Cody done since 40 that would make you think that would make you think that he doesn't that he sees you as an enemy, anything of that nature? Like I get it. You gotta have beef headed into Crown Jewel, gotta have some sort of story. Let's at least try something a little bit more
Honestly,
deserved.
here's the beef. Here's the real beef, right? When Cody came back, he beat Seth's ass 3 times in a row. That's
Oh
it.
Was it
God, that's the
was it
only beef
12
you
Like
pack?
need.
Was it 12 pack?
Seth has never beaten Cody Rhodes. Even when you go back to what was that? 2013
Mhm.
when
hmm
Goldust and Cody Rhodes won the tag titles from Roman and Seth.
hmm
Bro, even if you count the house
Literally,
shows even if you count the house shows in between,
it was like 0 and
they're,
22.
yeah, it's 22 and 0.
Like, so the beef is it can be simple as this. Hey, I'm better than you. You can't beat me. Cool. It worked with Io and Rhea. Like, hey, Rhea, you
Oh
haven't
God.
beat me. You can't beat me. Easy. I mean, there's nothing really more to say here. Like the beef is, I'm simply better than you, and you can't stand it. What you want to do about it?
hmm
And then
See,
especially now after I don't even want to call it a heel turn, but fuck it, it was a heel turn. especially now, given the new dynamic of Seth's character. There's so much more to be done there if all Cody has to say is, "Hey, look at our record." That's really all he needs to do. He didn't have to
Like
pull out that ring out of fucking storage.
it's
Okay.
basically, shit. It's basically like, hey Seth, you're my bitch. That's it. That's basically it.
It
I've
was
been dog. I've
kind
been dog. I've been dog walking you. Do something about that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing. There's nothing more to it. It's really that simple.
bro. That segment, it like it just kind of made me laugh because I was like, you did need to do all this.
Honestly, there's another storyline they could take for us. It's a watch, not a ring. I don't want the comments to eat us up too much in this episode for getting a lot of
That's
things
fair.
wrong.
That's fair. That's
It's
fair.
a watch. Fans, well, sorry.
I
It's a
I was
it's a
confusing.
watch.
I was confusing it because he started with the crown jewel ring.
Yes, it's that. But they can also they can tie it to, 'cause if I remember correctly, didn't Roman and Cody team up after all?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, bro.
So
He teamed up. They teamed up at Bad Blood.
yep. To face what was it, Solo and Jacob, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
But they could
It's like we did
they
all
could
that just for you
mhm,
to be buddy buddy with, bro. Crazy work.
mhm.
hey man, I feel like that. No, my only just to give you a little bit of pushback. Wasn't that KO's whole? That
Yes, I understand, but it's still
Yeah.
valid to an extent.
was fair,
Yeah, and
Like it's still, two things can be true at once, type shit.
fair.
mhm.
I just want to point that out before someone did the comments or something like that.
No,
And
no, you're absolutely right, and I took that into consideration. But you got to make it work somehow, you know.
and,
No, that's
and
fair.
and again, I hate to keep bringing this up, but I think this is leading to war games. I mean, I don't know who else for the men's side of things will be going to war games, but like
It's definitely gonna be
I,
it's definitely gonna be division against Cody, probably Cena, probably
Roman
Jay, probably Roman. Yeah,
put in Drew
Throw,
McIntyre
throw,
and Brock
throw
Lesnar.
Sammy in there just because.
What about Jay or Jimmy?
See, and that's what I wanted to get to next because, like, what is Jimmy's deal? What is Jay's
knowing how
deal?
they
Like,
do Jim, knowing how
what are
they do
we?
Jimmy, Jimmy is going to end up being the motivation that puts Roman and Jay onto Cody's team or Cena's team or whoever ends up leading the faces for the men's war games because we're going to get a redo of 41 and Jimmy is going to get bloodied.
Because I just feel like, so I feel like with Jay, like obviously there's like a shift going on with him and his character. So it's just kind of like,
Hmm.
what is Jay going to turn into here? What is he going to like
Mini Roman.
become become a bastardized version of the tribal chief? You know what I'm saying? Like, is he going to be like Roman? Obviously, I would hope like it would be like his own kind of like thing, his own interpretation of the whole tribal chief thing. But like, what kind of guy is he going to turn into? Is he still going to be like Jey Uso, the eating thing, the whole nine, or is he just going to go straight serious? Like, I just I just wonder like if we're going to fully pull the trigger on this tribal chief stuff, which I wouldn't be opposed to. I just wonder like how that's going to affect Jimmy and LA Knight and all those guys. Like, I'm curious as to how that's going to end up.
I wouldn't mind if they pulled the trigger. Yeah, no, you're right. I was gonna say I wouldn't mind if they pulled the trigger on again, it's because War Games is so forefront in our mind right now. I wouldn't mind if they pulled the trigger at War Games, but then that would imply that Jay would have to team up with Seth, and I don't see that happening.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Man, go ahead.
I think I think it's gonna be him fulfilling the destiny of Roman for Jay at the beginning of it all. And I think we see, but we don't see we don't see the Roman Reigns style of the Tribal Chief. and what he was setting up Jay to be, we see a desperate travel. I think we see something similar to Solo, but more effective.
Exactly.
Okay, I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that. Man,
But
could you imagine, like, with all, since you brought up Solo, with everything that's been going on with his character, like, I like what he's turned into now. He's got the humorous side of it. He's able to really give a solid promo.
Mhm.
Can we bring the Street King back? Can we bring, can we bring the Street King
Honestly,
back?
because like what Solo was doing was cool, but it's like that only had a certain shelf life. So I just need them to kind of like lock in with him a little bit.
Mhm.
Like, I just feel like, yeah, yeah, I just miss my Street King. That's really it. That was all I'd say about that. Um, but no, man. I think as far as Jay goes, we're definitely gonna get a little bit more of an edge. I don't know what it's gonna look like per se, but it's gonna be such a it's I honestly whatever gets the yeeting out the way. I'm kind of I love yeet. I love how fun it is to do at shows and shit like that, but let's tighten up. And I hope that eventually with Jay bringing this new style to his character, hey man, I know you have a better move set than people give you. Let's do some submissions. I saw you bust out the Hurricane Run at the Rumble. Let's just add a couple moves, dog.
Give me something.
Just, just, just like one or two. Don't gotta do nothing too crazy. You don't gotta turn to Daniel Bryan, but all right. Where do you guys want to go next? You want to talk about the Bailey versus Roxanne match, or do we want to talk about JD McDonough and Rusev putting on a silent banger?
That was a very low key banger match. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was thoroughly into it more than I probably should have been.
Mhm.
I just I don't know. I like because I know Jaden McDonough can wrestle. It's like he has obviously hasn't really been able to display it as much as a solo act going on main. But yeah, I mean, for the styles and the people involved, I mean, yeah, it was a decent matchup. One of those unexpected little bangers that you see on a weekly basis. You know what I'm saying? So yeah,
JD did it again. He had another Bengal, and he slept on. That man needs, like, once this whole Judgment Day storyline is done, that man needs to be a singles champion. I don't care if it's IC champion. I don't care if it's the US champion. He needs a single title.
I can
I'm
see it
not
in
gonna
him.
lie. Send him to SmackDown. I'd put him as the US.
I can see that. Because I was a fan of him when he was like in the like when he was like in NXT UK, he was like the cruiserweight champion, all that good stuff. Like, so I think so.
Mhm.
He definitely has it in him. He definitely has the skills to do so. He would just slide it into a position where obviously, like when you get put next to fucking Finn Balor, I mean, obviously you're going to look
Yeah.
you're not going to look as good in comparison, But he has it in him, the real hoopers know.
But are they turning Finn and JD into the faces of this tone?
See,
Like,
and that's what it kind of seems like. I don't know if it's going to be like a see because it's almost as if like they're almost
So
trying to
first
make
off,
us feel sorry for
um,
Dom in a way where it's like, hey, they're not supporting me like this anymore. But it's like, brother, like
yeah.
you blew them off at Worlds Collide. I wouldn't fuck with you either.
No, for real. You walked straight past them and went right to El Grande.
Like, fuck
You went
you.
right to a fake luchador.
Like that's what you do. Like, all right, bro. Like, cool. Noted.
And
and then
so,
and
go ahead.
then I was gonna say you didn't step in to help save your boy when he was defending def, fighting the man that wants your belt.
I'm
Yeah,
saying,
Crazy.
like, I
bro.
tried for you, bro. I did what I had to do. Like, what the hell?
Because as soon as I saw Dom like on the ring on the apron, and then he was trying to get through, and then he hesitated and looked at JD. I said, "Oh, Dom, you bitch made. You are bitch made."
Yes.
Like my whole thing is like, bro, this is like, yeah. Yeah, JD Rusev really did put on a solid banger. I hope that after this Judgment Day storyline like goes and ties up, send that boy to SmackDown. I can see him doing numbers over there.
Run that up real quick.
And also, who do we have to pay to bring the Cruiserweight Championship back?
See, the thing about that is, are they going to do right by them? Because like every time WWE has introduced a cruiserweight title, they just haven't done right by the cruiserweights, no matter what. Like,
Mhm.
I just because think about
I
who was
feel
in
like
think about who was in 205 Live, right? Tozawa,
Akira Tozawa,
fucking
Mustafa Ali, Cedric Alexander.
Neville, like,
Yeah,
like the amount of talent you had in 205 Live, but they were being featured after 3 hours of Raw.
yeah,
Like no, like come on, like you like they just wouldn't put them, they just wouldn't weren't putting them in good spots, and like also like even when they would somehow sometimes they would like wrestle on Raw like in the middle of the show, and the crowd
Mhm.
hmm
just wouldn't be engaged. So it's just like it was a combination of factors why it didn't work. But I feel like if you really dedicated yourself to a cruiserweight division, you know what I'm saying, you'd be able to make it work. You have the talent on the roster to make it work. You feel me?
Mhm.
So it's like I don't see why you don't do it, but obviously like you gotta think like there are a lot of championships floating around. So it could be a bit
yeah.
of oversaturation as far as belts go, but I do think in the grand scheme of things, you could have a cruiserweight title somewhere.
I think in my mind, I'm just thinking about it right now. JD versus Tozawa for the Cruiserweight title in a few. Oh yeah, I think they go crazy. No, making it 2 out of 3 falls match. That would go crazy.
We need more 2 out of 3 false matches. I'm not gonna hold you.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like that is a very underrated match type.
All right. Um, where do we think the Bailey storyline goes? Because it's very obvious that it's leading to Bailey and Lyra, but I just don't know. I think, and let me say this. I apologize to Pam for what I am about to say about Bailey.
You do this.
That that should let you know what I'm about to say.
You do this.
This gimmick is good in concept. Like I can see it working on paper. However, execution wise, this might be one of the worst things I've seen in wrestling this year.
And you did it.
I I just think it's just silly. I mean, uh, why? Okay, I'm just trying to figure out like why do we need to have her going in between role model and hugger? Why
Yeah,
like why? Okay, so why like even introduce the hugger thing back if you're not going to fully commit to it? You know, it could be obviously it could just be used as a ploy to get her to turn heel and fully go full angry, mean role model mode. But like, I, she's not Randy Orton. You know, like
not
the whole
not at
split
all.
person, like the whole split personality thing. I'm not.
There's only one man whose voices we should be hearing in his head.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think Bailey's the kind of person to make this kind of storyline work. I'm not saying she can't, but I just don't see it, if that makes sense. I mean, it's eh. I mean, we'll see. I don't know. We'll see. Let's see where it goes. I reckon.
Okay. What do you think, Sears?
I actually enjoy it so far. I mean, it's different than what we see typically see from the women's division. I mean,
Mm,
yeah, you guys referenced Mandy, but like I don't. The time been they've been like a women's title like this since AJ, the original one.
that's fair.
Um, and that was AJ was just crazy, not like split
It wasn't a
personality.
split, yeah.
He was just bipolar.
Basically,
But like I enjoy it because it's like it's it's different, and also it's like they're not. I don't think they're going back to either character. I think it's just like it's like Bailey has like didn't get the job done. So now she's confused about what's the next goal. I think at the end of it, we might see a new character form from it. Like at the end of this, like that like pays off in the live match. If
Yeah,
that
yeah.
makes sense.
I think I think the only reason I'm so harsh about it, to be completely like honest and transparent, is because following up the program with her, Becky, and Lyra, which in my opinion, that was the one where I wasn't as interested storyline wise, but as
Mhm.
it progressed, I ended up getting more and more interested. It ended up becoming one of my favorite storylines at the time in all of WWE. Like, I think that in all of WWE, like at that time, I think to follow up that with this, it's just a heavy drop off. So I'll admit, I may be too critical. However, I need to see where the fuck this all goes. And I would not be mad if there is a new character. So I can wait until this plays out before I give my initial judgment. However, I will say right now, this is it's this and whatever the fuck is going on with Harley Cameron and AEW right now. Those are the two things where I'm just like, when those happen, what the fuck is we doing?
Like, what's going on here?
Oh, also, crap, I forget what we're calling Alicia Fox in TNA, but that little podcast segment that she'd be doing every couple episodes on TNA, that should be blowing the fuck out of me. Victoria Crawford, I believe, is her current ring name.
Chill
So
on
whatever.
her. Chill on her.
Oh no, love Victoria Crawford. However, let's let's be so for real. Anyway, um, oh, now some real shit that's really cooking. We gotta talk about the main event, guys. Gotta you gotta talk about the main event. Y'all see my background. Rhea finally had the match with Asuka, and I think it more than delivered.
Oh yeah.
So Asuka, like always, was talking some shit. Rhea said, "Hey, let's back it up. Let's have the match." They had the match. Good graps, really great fucking graps. You can't go wrong with either of them. I think that when they say, every time Joe Tessitore or Michael Cole says PLE level match, this is what the fuck I mean. That this was a
Right.
Mhm.
PLE level match. Um, and then all of a sudden, Rhea gets the win because Kyrie wasn't ready to pull the trigger and really like do some fuck shit. Io runs out, and then Io runs out, helps Rhea, and Io ends up getting caught in the crossfire. Like, hey, let's chill. What the fuck's going on? And then we finally got the heel turn. How did y'all react? What do we think is next? And what do we think about the match overall?
Well, obviously, Oscar, Rhea Ripley. I mean, it's just two people that just you could just never go wrong with. Obviously, you know what
Mhm.
I'm saying? Great, good concept for him. But as far as the heel turn goes, it was one of those things that we saw brewing for a while. Like obviously, you've seen this dynamic with Oscar and Kyrie, where Kyrie's kind of like subservient to Oscar. You know what I'm saying? She's like Kyrie, like she's following, like she's torn between like Oscar, who's pretty much like her mentor, and I guess Io, who's like one of her best friends. So, there was a dynamic there where it was kind of just like, okay, will they, won't they? Like, there was even a possibility where like, what if Io joins up back with them? You know what I'm saying? So it was just kind of like trying to figure out like where we were going with this. Now, um, I'm glad they finally just pulled the trigger and got over with because it does feel like they were kind of dragging it for a couple of weeks now. But um, that just leads me to that is obviously it is going to lead to Rio versus the Kabuki Warriors, which I have no issue with at all. I'm locked in for that. It is what it is.
Mhm.
So,
But yeah, I mean, good match, decent segment, something that we saw coming. I'm glad they did it. You know what I'm saying? We can get like I'm always a fan of Evil Oscar, so hey, it is what it is. I'm happy to see it. You
guys.
know what I'm saying? So give me the tag team match. It is what it is. It's going to be a banger. Some more banger matches to come following this banger that just happened on Monday.
Yeah, I
I think the
agree.
tag matches. I think the tag match is definitely getting made for. It's definitely getting made for Crown Jewel. I can't wait. It's gonna be insane,
Mhm.
man. All right, so let's jump into NXT real quick. Run through it. Um, let's start with Lady Reed and Candice LeRae. Again, I know we've all talked about the speed match. Real cool, real fun concept. So we found out that Lady Reed is going to be facing Sol Ruca. At is going to be facing Sol Ruca at No Mercy on Saturday. Did we have when? It's kind of hard to talk about speed matches because we know what the fuck it because it's so they go by so quick. But what did y'all think? Good match, bad match?
Well, I think about like speed matches in general is like you got to have the right people to do that, right? Now, I do
Mhm.
think Candice LeRae is really good at these kind of matches, and so is Lane Reed. Obviously, they're showing it. You know what I'm saying? You got the like quick, high speed, high impact kind of offense going on. So like I actually, me personally, I enjoy the speed matches because like you got to get so much in 2 minutes. I think it's honestly super impressive.
Yeah,
Um,
same.
so I'm glad
Mhm.
that they're actually giving it a platform because you know what I'm saying? I'm more inclined to watch a 2 minute match on TV than a 2 minute match on fucking Twitter. I'm gonna
Yep.
be so real. Like I'm
Yeah,
not
no,
like if I see a 2 minute video on Twitter or like TikTok, I'm not gonna sit there and watch it, realistically. So this
that's
is kind
fair.
of like putting it on TV is the best thing they could have done. And I do think as we look at Laney Reed facing Sol Ruka, that's going to be a good match also. I think that's going to be a good mix of styles. So I mean, overall, good match, and I think it's going to lead to another good match. You got the right person in Laney Reed to face Sol Ruka. So great effort by by both ladies.
One moment. Sorry, off topic. You guys might see a notification in a couple of seconds.
Mhm.
Figure I could just drop this on the podcast, but uh, I just saw via Bleacher Report. I'm pulling up the report now. Uh, AJ Styles announces he will retire from WWE in 2026.
Yeah,
This is from being reported on Twitter via an interview with Tokyo
Tokyo
Sports,
Sports.
and then
Shit.
Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful.com is treating it.
hmm
Uh, he says, and I quote, make me get an X.
Yeah,
Uh,
hold up. I'm looking at the link right now. Let me see if I
I
can
got
find it.
I got to pull
Oh,
it
you
up.
got it. Go ahead.
Uh, he says, and I quote, I will probably appear at WrestleMania next year, and I'm supposed to next year, but it's not confirmed
Mhm.
yet. The details are still undecided, but I would definitely retire within the next year. I don't want to show my fan the side of me that isn't NJ Styles. The main reason. I decided to retire before my body can no longer move.
No, that's real, and I do think with guys like AJ Styles, right? Someone who, especially like with his wrestling style, doing that for as long as he's done, like he wrestled in WCW for fuck's sake. Like AJ been doing this shit
Yeah,
for a long time. And like I think we've all known like his retirement's coming for a while. Like he was talking about he's not gonna retire, he's not gonna wrestle past a certain age. And I think he's at
Mm-hmm.
that age. I think he's actually at that age now that he specifically talked about. So
Mm-hmm.
I
yeah.
mean,
He said he wasn't trying to wrestle until 50. I think in the CVV interview.
I think I had like the age 45 in my head, but either way, yeah. So it's like
Yeah,
I just and I'm pretty sure he's over 45. So what the fuck am I talking about? Either way,
he is. Yeah,
um in my opinion, AJ Styles, like of course if you take away Shawn Michaels, I think AJ Styles is the greatest in-ring performer to ever do it. So it's like it's obviously going to be a very upsetting thing for me personally because I was like a day one TNA supporter also. So like I've been an AJ
Mm-hmm.
Styles fan for a very long time. So I mean, it's going to suck. And like you got to think like John Cena's going to retire, Tanahashi's
yeah,
retiring, AJ Styles retiring. Like
yeah.
it's like we're losing like three pillars
Ray is
of
definitely
wrestling.
retiring.
Ray
Ray
honestly,
might as well be retired.
honestly at this point, like I feel like he's basically at semi-retirement status at this point.
Just
Yeah,
just
I think he's got one more match in him.
Yeah, like
give
these
us the
Uh-huh.
Give us that match versus title match with Dom and call it for the AAA title.
And
Then call it a day.
that's a perfect ending.
Honestly, that's dead ass all he has to do.
Perfect ending. And we
In
already
his
know
hometown.
what he looked like, so it's not like, you know what I'm saying? Like you could do it and it'll be okay.
Hmm.
It'll be
We've
okay.
all we all remember the filthy animals era. We all remember WCW.
We've been there, okay?
But yeah, man, I don't. When it comes to AJ retiring, it's gonna be so sad because honestly, one of the biggest things since coming back into wrestling fandom in the last like year, 18 months has been rediscovering love for people who I didn't like really look into that much when I was like a kid and I was first initially a wrestling fan. So coming back into this and falling in love with AJ Styles, who I really wasn't too crazy on as a kid, I now have a whole new respect for him. And obviously, everyone knows he's in my top five. Like, my top five has kind of been kind of consistent since I've gotten back into it. It's been John, Punk, Ray, Edge, and Styles. And Styles is very easily the best in ring out of all of them.
Hmm.
So I think the impact is very heard because the first thing I thought of is damn, somewhere Will Ospreay is crying right now, knowing that he's not going to get his dream match, even though apparently they already wrestled once in Revolver. I've seen. I just
It wouldn't
haven't been
shock me.
able
It
to.
wouldn't shock me because especially like when AJ was like going around like in the independent circuit, it wouldn't shock me if they wrestled at least once.
Yeah, because I've seen clips of it. I just can't find the full match anywhere for some reason. Um, and then every kid that's coming up watching AEW is saying that they want to wrestle like Will Ospreay. So the impact is like the same way how everyone knows I'm a hip hop guy. So the same way how Travis tells everyone that Cuddy inspired him, it's the same like dynamic.
Hmm.
You wouldn't get these guys without someone like AJ. And so yeah, man, I'm just well, I'm gonna be shedding a little bit. If I wasn't already gonna be shedding tears at Crowd Jewel, I'm gonna be shedding a little bit more tears now.
Real.
It's really that simple. But I'll probably say it again once we get closer to the retirement. But my favorite AJ match, I know typical, blah blah blah, but it's very easily the triple threat. It is very,
I mean,
very
you can't
easy.
go wrong. Like sometimes some matches are just so good. I'm not going to judge you for giving a quote unquote cliche answer. That's just how good that match
Mhm.
is. I'm not going to judge you for that.
Also, Sears, you're a saint. Thank you. I I brought it up. I brought up that one match. 2 seconds later, oh, the
F
link is in the
Pro
chat. Thank you.
good old RPW.
No, for real. Yo, now I don't even know where what were we talking about? Were we talking about the speed
Uh,
championship still?
Yeah, we're talking about Lane.
yeah.
We're talking about Laney and Candice LeRae at first. Yeah,
All right, so my thing is, so it's very obvious that uh Shawn Michaels is looking to do big things with Laney, and this is just the first step because she got put on the WWE roster page literally the night before this match happened. They're talking about because we're not. So Jasmine Nix got essentially ran off screen because she's not taking her new contract. According to the dirt sheet, she literally rejected the new contract the day before TV. So that would have been Monday. Yeah. So they're saying that Lady Reed is going to take the new spot. Lady and JC had an interaction backstage on this week's episode of NXT. So do we think that there's going to be a Lady Reed push, and that's why they're pulling the trigger on her so quick, getting her in championship matches? Granted, it is a speed championship, but that is still a championship, you know?
it wouldn't shock me. I do think because you do have to get that title off of Sol Ruka for now. I do think just because like Sol Ruka's about to move into something more major with probably like Zarya at some point. So I do think
Yeah.
it's a necessary title change. It's a necessary thing to happen. I think it's just going to be used for the advancement of Soul and also for the advancement of Lady Reed and the Speed Championship because if Soul, because the TV championship is something that needs like constant attention. So
Yeah,
Soul being a double champion is great, but like you would need to get it off of her in order to advance the title. So I do think it's I have no issue with it at all, honestly and truly.
Yeah, I agree. I think she's the ideal person to take about all the Soul so he can focus on the North American title, but also establish the speed division for what I see.
that's fair. Um, Real quick, Jordan Grace and Ariana Grace, they had a match. Um, I think it was a good match. It was solid. I think there was a little bit of a carry on Jordan Grace's part because I don't know what it is. Ariana just doesn't connect to me in ring. Like there hasn't been anything that's been outstanding about her in ring. However, she was also one of the first people to go from NXT to TNA. So she's got usually when you're pulling like double duty, you see a substantial amount of improvement in ring. Hence, like what we've seen with Lola Vice, who we'll talk about in a little bit, I'm pretty sure.
Hmm.
But it just hasn't I just haven't seen that from Ariana, but it was still a pretty solid match. However, the thing I think is most important is that Blake Monroe came in, interrupted after Jordan got the win, and we know that they're about to have a weapons fight in a steel cage. What do we think? How hyped are we? All that.
But yes, I'm excited. I love weapons and cages. I
Yeah, I
think,
think for the type of match we're about to get, like I already know, like we like just going back to the AEW Revolution match between Tony and well Blake, Mariah May, whatever you want to call her. But like we know that she could get it there. So I wonder
mhm.
like
Yeah.
I wonder how far they're going to take it in these matches. Like are they going like I don't know if they'll ever allow girls to bleed in WWE, but like you got this juggernaut in Jordan Grace, this crazy underlying spirit that is in Blake Monroe. Because sometimes she comes out, she looks pretty, all this other shit, but when it's time to fucking scrap, she's going to take it as
She
far
Mhm.
can take it
as
there.
possible. And that's what I love about her the most. Like she'll take it there if need be. So I think um it's going to be a very, very, very good match to see, and I'm excited for it. Um, and honestly, like regardless of result, it's going to be great for both women. I mean, it's going to be a great contest between two of the best in the business right now. So it is what it is. I'll look forward to seeing it a lot.
Mhm. I agree. Honestly, it could be match of the night.
Honestly, it wouldn't shock
Honestly,
me. It would not shock me at all.
nah, it's definitely going to be one of those. It's definitely, I think it's definitely going to be one of those. Again, like Reek said, if we even go back to March in the Revolution match, Blake Monroe, when she was Mariah May, threw Tony Storm onto a pane of glass. Like, that is a demon.
Super.
Plus, the fact that Blake Monroe is shedding the nice girl, is getting to the darker side of her character real quick. It has me very, very excited. And also, I'm not gonna lie, I want Blake Monroe to win this. Let this be the goodbye match for Jordan Grace.
Hmm.
Honestly, yes.
Give us the
Oh,
draft
call
either
up.
give us the draft right after Crown Jewel or right before it. But
I'm with that.
huh?
I said I'm with that.
Yeah. Now we talk about NXT. A lot happened at NXT this week, but let's get to the thing that everyone is asking for. And Reek, honestly, I want you to summarize this because I know that this must have been an insane moment for you.
Man, now I'm going to say this like I said before, I am a day one TNA sport. I've been watching TNA since I was like 9, right? So it's like I would have never thought in a million years we would see something like this, but just seeing the inspiration or the iconics in the crowd Obviously, Mike Santana was there watching the match. Eric Young was in the crowd watching the match. You know what I'm saying? Xia Li was there the whole night. Like seeing that is so crazy. And then Matt Cardona showing up finally back on WWE television was crazy
Yeah.
as hell. I mean, and him being front and center, I know he is living life right now. Like I know he was in the ring feeling like $1 million, and as he should, because it was such a cool moment to see. Like, and it's funny because in the midst of all the chaos, you see Ricky Saints look at the NXT title, then here comes Oba out of nowhere, like, watch that shit. Like, so it's like we have multiple wars within one in this moment too. So it's just like, man, and apparently there is gonna be like some like a full on like PLE for this. You know, we're running back the invasion, and
I
Hmm.
feel like
I
that's the
mean,
only way that this ends. That's the only way that you really bring this to some sort of an end.
but it's I cannot wait for it. I mean, all the talent that's involved, all the pieces involved. I mean, you cannot go wrong with this whatsoever. And I can't wait to see what this turns into. I really can. This is going to be so fucking fun.
Same. So before we give our no mercy predictions, I do want to have a little bit of fun real quick because we've been doing a lot of recapping, which is cool, but I also let's have some fun with this. If we know that they're filing a trademark for the invasion angle, who are some names, some matches that we're throwing around for NXT, TNA, PLE? If you want to see my list, by the time that this comes out, it will be on the TikTok at Top Rope Boys Pod. Check that out. But I do want to know what you guys are thinking as far as some NXT and some TNA stars that you want to see lock up.
I'm not gonna lie. Oh wow. Because there are so many possibilities, bro. Like that's the thing. Like, that's the thing about it all. Like there are so many cool possibilities here. Because you can I can't even give you a single match because there are so many things you can try. Like obviously you can have Leon Slater versus somebody like I don't
Javon Evans
yeah, I'm gonna say yeah, Javon Evans. Leon
and
Slater versus Javon Evans would be a fantastic contest. Like, oh my God, that would be great.
imagine that, but in an X Division match, the X
Oh, the Ultimate X match.
Oh yeah,
Ultimate
Yes.
the
X.
Ultimate X would go crazy.
Yes. That would go fucking stupid. Oh my God.
Um,
Yes.
I think you have to see like Ethan Page and Steph said this before we saw the call, but Ethan Page versus Matt Cardona for the title.
Oh my God. Yes.
You like I feel like you have to see honestly, I think you'll love this. I think you have to see we have to see a lethal lockdown.
Oh my God. Yes.
Yeah.
Like
Oh, like a
TNA
TNA
versus
versus
TNA.
NXT. Oh my gosh. Yes.
I
I
mean,
would
Yeah,
say
Darby.
Lethal Lockdown could go
Mhm.
crazy.
you can have like Cardona and like the system, for example, versus like I don't know what's a group. That doesn't even necessarily have to be a group. You can have like Trick Williams
You
in
can do
there.
Cardona. You can do Cardona in the system versus Dark State or Chase
You
U
could,
even.
you could.
Yeah,
There
yeah.
are there are so many directions you can go with this. Honestly, I think a matchup I think would be cool that no one else probably thought about. I think Oba Femi and Steve Macklin would be cool.
Ooh.
Oh, that's a good one.
I think that would be super cool.
I was gonna ask, have you seen a singles match with Moose and Uba? I know we got in a fatal four way with them, Trick and Javon. But have you
We
hmm
got a
had
singles
that
match?
at Roadblock, I believe.
Or we okay, we did have it already.
Yeah.
Yep. But I mean, shit, you can have it. Shit, you can run it back if you want to. The match was good. I don't like Moose, but I'll give him credit.
Yeah.
And as far as like the ladies go, I mean, honestly, I think it would be cool like if you have Lash Legend versus Mara Sade. I feel like that would be cool. Just like a little, friendly little, kind of thing going on. Like just
That was
because
on my list. That was on my list. I'm not gonna lie, I
um
had them in the last woman standing match, but there's no real beef between the two of them other than one of
Yeah,
them
that could
got
literally
fired.
be a friendly thing. Like literally, like is a T. You're in TNA now. You're in NXT. Like you
Let's run
know
the fade.
exactly. You can do. He can do the Hardy Boys versus Dark Side if you want. There's a lot of things you can do. Oh my goodness.
The
Um,
Inspiration versus Cam Paxley and I forgot her name again. Stuff. What's the name?
Izzy Dame, the culling.
Is the
Yeah,
name? Yeah, calling.
gotta have them
Here's
So,
also.
one that I was thinking about. I didn't put it on my list. Jada Parker versus Indy Hartwell, you could do.
ooh,
Yep. Oh, that would be a banger.
Joe,
I didn't know about that.
Joe
Yeah.
Luca versus. Does NXT have like a young female wrestler who's like really athletic as well?
You could go Zaya Brookside.
Yeah,
That's what we're thinking of.
You
That's
could
what
go
we're thinking
Zaya. You
of.
could go Zaya
yeah.
Brookside. I think.
I
I
Hmm.
think.
had it's so funny because I had Zaruka going up against Zaya and Lei Ying Lee. But that yeah, that's all of the
I think that will. I think that will go though. So Ruka versus Zaya Brookside will go. That will be a banger.
yeah, that go.
Hmm. Now the question is, what do stars like Jordan Grace and Joe Henry do? Because like Joe Henry, TNA guy who has been on NXT a lot. Jordan Grace, on the other hand, was the face of TNA for a good while. Now
Hmm
NXT
Yeah.
Superstar. Well, like you have to wonder how that plays into it.
And I'm
You
so
could
happy that you brought that up because literally Joe was absent from the whole invasion scene. And
Hmm.
I think maybe Jordan popped out for a second, but we need to see where the fuck they stand. I think we most definitely need to see where the fuck Joe stands because he is still under TNA contract as far as we know. Even
go.
though last week on Homecoming, Bobby Roode said that now that he's at NXT, wait a minute, that fucking threw me for a loop. I was like, all right, last I checked, we didn't. Nobody posted a signing. You could be on the WWE recruit page as much as you want. What the fuck is actually going on with your contract?
Right.
So I think that Joe is going to play a very, very crucial part in the story, and I'm interested to see how he falls into this. That's my long-winded way of saying that.
Also, don't think they do champion versus champion. I think they do like a PLE. Like if they're gonna do the invasion short, like if they're gonna win the invasion PLE back, we're not gonna see a lot of champions versus champions. We're gonna see a lot of tail defenses. Like
Yeah,
what? I'm like you're not gonna have for now. You're not gonna have JC Jane versus by Legends. You're gonna have like JC Jane versus Tessa Blanchard versus, and then Ash by Legend versus Jordan Grace or something like that.
Yeah, I was thinking like you can literally just put Jordan in a title match because like you said like she was the face of TNA for a long time there. So I just feel like you can just put her straight in the program and
Hmm.
no one will bat an eye. It will make so much sense because like that was her summer ground. That was her space. That was her spot. So it's like, hey, I got
bro.
something to prove with y'all.
Jordan and when she was Trinity, Jordan and Trinity had a crazy fucking feud for the Knockouts title. Like, there's
100%.
Hmm.
no one's gonna like Reese said, no one's gonna bat an eye if she decides to spin the block on that shit.
Yeah. And then like what I mentioned, like Blake Monroe, where she been in all of this, when I like to be like it can be a crazy vibe. I'm here for it.
All right,
Because like
so I wanted to talk about this. I didn't want to. I, I don't want to touch this person because of all the drama surrounding them right now. However, you thought about someone like a Blake Monroe, depending on how things play out, where she ends up being in terms of limbo and things like that. Blake Monroe versus Masha Slamovich could be the way to go. However, again, obviously she's in some murky waters right now, so
yeah,
I
Hmm.
would. I would. I'm thinking Mr. Silva probably isn't trying to touch her with a 10-foot pole.
Hmm.
I wouldn't. Not right now. I wouldn't.
Yeah, no.
But WWE would. Just saying.
Honestly,
Was there
based on
anything?
honestly, I was like based on gimmicks. You could put Blake against Ash, and that would make sense too.
Oh
For the
God,
title
yeah.
too. For
Who's
the
the
title.
prettiest of them all? Yeah, Blake and Ash for a knockout title could go crazy. Honestly, I would say fuck it, make it a triple threat. Blake, Ash, and Jordan.
Oh shit,
There you
fuck it.
go. That's fine by me.
Yeah. Was there anything from this week's episode of TNA that we either didn't get to talk about or didn't get a chance to see? I'm really, really happy that Cedric Alexander showed up. That was like the last thing that I
I
don't think
love
we got a
that.
chance to touch on.
Um, I'm not gonna lie. I could not catch TNA. I'll be real with y'all. So I'm
I
not
mean,
gonna.
NXT. Yeah.
Oh, as far as NXT goes, nothing more in particular, I would say.
Yeah. Yeah. The invasion was the major thing from Tuesday
Yeah.
night.
Bro, there's one major TNA guy that was missing from the invasion. When the fuck they gonna drag my boy Nick Nemeth back to NXT TV?
And the Hardys boys went though too.
See, I hadn't even thought about that. Oh wow.
I just feel like the only time we'll see him probably is whenever that PLE happens. Because mind you, I think Dolph's last year with the company, he was NXT champion. So
Yeah.
for all we know, he could be TNA secret weapon or maybe like fuck Nick Nemeth the character, but the actual person is like, hey, I'm not trying to go back to the place where they just dumped me when they thought that they were trying to stall out the rest of my contract. Which, to be honest, has I've thought that that's always been Nick's stance since the TNA partnership started. That he just didn't want to go back, and that's why he hasn't. But I would love to see him have some part in this whole storyline.
100% at some point. And like he's a former NXT champion. Like he's in the history book. So I mean, at some point, I would definitely imagine. I would hope that like it's something like it work out because I would love to
Mhm.
see it involved in this somehow. But I mean,
Yeah.
we'll see.
Um. Let's see. Okay, let's move on to Dynamite. So first off, we now have new women's tag team championships. What do we think about the belts? And also, who do we think should be the first people to hold the titles?
Well, first of all, AEW never messes with belt designs, in my opinion. They always have really good belt designs.
Mhm.
So that was very and honestly, it's cool that they're introducing those 'cause I know like um people talk about the oversaturation of belts, but I do think AEW does a good job in managing all their titles. So I have no issue with that at all. The belts look good as always. And as far as the first champions go, I would say honestly, like you can bring in I don't know when they still have they still have, like their no compete clauses or whatever, but
Mhm.
Kane and Katana out there somewhere.
Caden has a match on Ring of Honor, I think, this week. So,
You can slot them in and they could do it for sure.
oh God,
I was thinking, like I was saying the other day, I was thinking like Red Velvet and Queen Emanata could do it.
I think Queen
Athena,
Amina should definitely.
like Athena and Billy, like you and Sosa were saying. So I mean, there are a lot of possibilities. You have like a lot of talent to get that shit done. So I mean, whoever you go with, I mean, shit.
I think it has to be Tay Mello and Anna Jay.
I
Oh,
like it. I like it. I like it.
oh, I'm not mad at that.
OGs. Yeah, been attacking for the longest time. I feel
Yeah,
like you have to give it to them.
Yeah.
yeah. Also, they never really did get their just due since they've joined the company. Like they've had their spots here and there, but they could definitely use a push right now.
Yeah, that's exactly those will always be my picks.
I think, yeah. Honestly, I'm going with Athena and Billy Starks, man. Y'all know how I am when it comes to Athena. Athena might honestly like the gods on this truth. Athena might be my favorite women's wrestler right now.
And
The
that's a,
god,
and that's a phenomenal choice because she's been the best women's champion in wrestling for the last 1,000 days. So listen, hey,
yeah,
Hmm.
the god on this truth. But next, let's moving on the line. So we had a really interesting segment after the. Uh, I forget what the first match was. We had a really interesting segment involving Cope, Christian, and just really involving the fallout from All Out. And Cope said that he might not be coming back. What the fuck? What
I
did
just
y'all
thought,
think?
see, my issue with this is now he came back, right? He came back. This is like what, a month or so ago. It wasn't that
Yeah,
long. So you come back
he came back at All In.
just to peace out. Now I understand the whole logic, like, hey, this is affecting my family and all that. I understand. Your fucking wife just got pile driven. I understand. But it's like to bring him back just to have him dip out. I don't care for that. I know why they're doing it because he has something, like a show to shoot and all that other good stuff. But
Yeah,
I
I was
mean,
about to say I'd
my thing is
understand
like,
if it was for Cena, not no Percy Jackson.
my thing is like, do you continue that storyline? Like, what does Christian do? What does FTR do? Like, it's almost like you start something, and then just edit it in the course of 24, in the course of like 72 hours. You know what I'm saying? It's just random. Like, I don't know. I mean,
I feel like we know how it's gonna. I feel like we know how it pivot. We saw how it's gonna pivot because when FTR had their segment and they were rambling and having their whole little spiel talking about you wanted us to come out here and apologize. We ain't apologizing, blah 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 blah. And Stokely was like, I let Beth carry me. What the fuck? Um, Willow came out and it looks like FTR is gonna be in a little program with Jet Speed possibly.
which I'm not opposed to at all.
I'm not opposed to either. I think that
Hmm.
FTR putting over Jet Speed, they could use the rub. No pause.
Oh,
I mean
100%.
pause if necessary.
They're not gonna.
Um,
I don't think FTR is gonna lose that rivalry.
mm.
Honestly. Probably not.
Well, speaking of someone who I knew definitely wasn't going to lose, this week we had Hangman Adam Page against Lee Moriarty
Hmm.
from ROH.
The
They're
pure champion.
pure honor champion. Yeah,
Yep.
they're pure champions. Ugh. Yeah, it's been a long fucking night, guys. Yeah, so they're pure champion, and I'm not gonna lie, man. This was a banger of a fucking match.
See, and
Like,
and I,
go
I
ahead.
think about like, so if you know anything about the pure championship rules, it's kind of like when you think about the pure championship, who's held it, you think about guys who are like pure technicians. And think about Lee Moriarty, like he's taking that to a different level and giving it a different style because like he's the longest reigning pure champion of all time, right? So it's like putting him in a spot with Adam Page, with Hangman Adam Page. I know a lot of people may not know anything about Lee Moriarty or whatever, but if you don't, check him out, please. He's one of the ones. He's one of the best in the business right now for sure. That's very underrated talent. But putting him
Super.
in that spot, like he did not look like he didn't belong. He looked like it looked like it was natural for him. It looked like he's like a natural main event level type of talent. And I mean, I would love to see him more on AEW TV if possible in the future. Obviously, of course, he's a Ring of Honor champion, so obviously he has obligations elsewhere. But I mean, that just shows you how deep AEW and Ring of Honor is. Like how many
Hmm.
Yeah.
guys they have over there. They can just slot in and have a good match for anybody. And that's why AEW is doing as well as they're doing, because like the quality of wrestling is so consistent. And it's like no matter where you go or who you put into these matches, the matches are just going to keep delivering every single time. And that's what Lee and Hangman Page did. They cooked. So
Man, it
fantastic.
was just an absolutely insane match that I really, really, really had fun with and really loved. Um, let's see. So we had a pretty cool return. I feel like everyone saw this coming, especially after the MJF Mark Briscoe match when Mark Briscoe decided to call out the Don Callis family.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Like they were like, "Oh, what member of the conglomeration is going to show up?" And then I think it was Kyle O'Reilly got off the phone and was like, he said, "Whatever." As soon as I heard that, I was like, "Okay, so Orange Cassidy's coming back, dog." Like, oh, fucking love Sears. But dog,
My guy.
what y'all think?
I just want to say, like, when the whole thing with the Tron happened, we noticed that, right? We saw that,
Hmm.
right? Okay.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
What the fuck was that?
The Error
Oh,
404 message.
Like I was watching, I was like, there's no way that was planned, was it?
I hope it was planned for those things because that's
Because
bad
that's
melon from
that's
company.
a massive, massive technical fuck up on live TV. Because I was just like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like this is some shit I would see on my laptop. Like, what's going on here? But I did like how they presented it. Like, the picture and everything. I fucked with that. I thought that was really cool. And seeing Orange Cassidy back is great. He's one of those guys, like, he may not look like he'll give you a fantastic match, but when he goes out there and has his mind to it, he will fucking go crazy. Like,
Oh, he.
just look
Mhm.
at matches with Mox, matches with Pac. Like, he can go
Bro,
with
he's insane.
the roughest and toughest of them. So I'm glad to see him back on TV. So I know he was hurting for a while. He had a lot of injuries going on. So I'm hoping he's at least close to 100%. And you know what I'm saying? I'm happy to see him back, freshly squeezed. Love that man.
I was gonna say it looked like he could still go during that match, man. It was amazing. I think it was a great showing for them. Really puts the conglomeration in some real dope in a real dope position now that they're back in full force. However, I was talking about this before we got on mic. I definitely think that Paragon's gonna leave. I feel like they're already sowing the seeds for that pretty soon. But speaking of seeds that were being sown and alliances being drawn, the final like segment of the episode last night on Dynamite was Chris Statlander potentially, like not even potentially, but just outright rejecting the offer to join the Death Riders, which
Mhm.
was something that they had been a plotline they had been toying around with for a minute. And I'm not gonna lie, I fully thought that she was gonna join. I thought
Oh
that she was
man,
gonna
I'm glad she didn't.
say,
Yeah.
um, I think, hmm, I think in hindsight, it's better that she didn't join because if she had joined the Death Riders would have been too fucking powerful, guys. I'm not gonna lie. Like at that point, everybody else could just move out the fucking way.
Move.
But they had been dragging out this storyline with her and Yuta for the longest. And then she finally clotheslines that man. And I'm like, oh, thank God. Thank God. And so, where do we think this beef is going to go? And then also, we saw Darby Allin come out with a flamethrower to challenge Mox to a I Quit match at Wrestle Dream on the 18th of October. So overall, where do we see this going with Chris? Where do we see this going with Darby? And where do we see this going with the Death Riders?
I do think it would be good to put Marina Shafir in a title match with Chris Statlander.
Mhm.
Just to if you want to legitimize all your members, I would say it's important to put her in a good spot like that. If you think she's ready for it, obviously, of course.
Yeah.
I think she'll be capable of it. You know what I'm saying? She's literally married to Roderick Strong, so how bad can it be? Um,
Oh God.
like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how bad can it really be? But as far as Mox and Darby Allin goes in an I Quit match, this is one of those matches where someone literally has to die in order to lose. Because I don't see either guy saying that they quit. I this is going to end in some kind of stalemate. I can't see, like, just knowing Darby Allin and knowing Mox, who's going to quit? Who's
I
going to
think
be
this is
like like this might be one of those matches that ends up where like both men literally just can't move or respond and they have to end the match. Because I just don't
yeah.
see, especially Darby Allin. I don't see him saying he quits. I don't see Mox saying it either. I I just can't fathom it. It's like seeing John Cena in an I Quit match. He's not going to say that shit.
I think you're not gonna get a man who, for fun, puts himself in body bags and then jumps off of bridges to get
Like,
jumped on by sumo wrestlers for fun. Like, no, he does. He's not saying I quit. Mox literally got hung in July. When was All In?
I think it was July. I'm pretty sure it was July.
Yeah, in July,
Mhm.
and then came back the next week right as rain. What the fuck? You don't. That's not normal, guys. You don't do that.
He's built different.
So, ah, yeah, I think this match is going to be interesting. I think if it doesn't main event Wrestle Dream, I'll be very surprised unless like fucking. I think Hangman might need to open the show, honestly, because of how high my anticipations are for this match, given the stipulation.
Mhm.
Mhm.
They're going to
Do
go
we
so they're going to go so full send with it.
do
Yeah,
we know contract statuses of Moxley and Darby? Like, are any of
that
contracts expiring?
that was
Ah,
my next thing.
I don't think they're. I think they're locked in for at least the next couple of years. I don't because I feel like if there was a contract thing, it would have came out by this point. But I don't think there is. So honestly, it could just be to write somebody off of TV for a little bit,
Mox doesn't retire.
which will probably be Mox. So I don't know.
Yeah, Mox's doesn't expire until October 2027, and then I'm looking up Darby's right now.
Like I would imagine they're both locked in their contract for a little bit.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, and Darby's got extended until 2030.
Yeah. So no.
Yeah. Okay. And Darby better
It's
win
just
then.
Darby needs to win because the fact
If
that
That's where I'm
Darby
he
at.
doesn't
Darby
win,
has to win.
the fact that he lost on Saturday blew the fuck out of me. It's
Because what?
literally, yeah, no, Mox needs to take a break. Go take care of your child. Like, get off my TV screen for a little while, man. Like, I
hmm
love you. I literally love Mox, but the Death Rider story, as I've said multiple times in this podcast, they're dragging it into the ground. I like the fact that Pac is back, so at least it adds a little bit new dynamic, more momentum. But some players got to go. Y'all got to heal up, get right.
hmm
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's see. Is there anything else I wanted to talk about? Is there anything else that you guys want to talk about from Dynamite, or anything else that we just didn't get a chance to hit that was like burning?
Nope.
Other than the Jurassic Express coming back, I mean,
Oh yeah, we got. Sorry, I as a CM Punk diehard fan, I try and get Jack Perry as far on my mind as I can. But yeah,
fairs. But it just seemed like a very random occurrence, so I had to ring it up.
no, it
Yeah, I
really
was
did.
confused by that too.
Um, yeah, so that was gonna be a thing. Like Jack Perry comes back, gets jumped, or he tries to attack the Young Bucks. The Young Bucks end up jumping him. Um, Kill Switch comes into the ring. He goes back to Luchasaurus. Mind you, this all happens in a 5 minute span. What the fuck? That was my only thing. What the fuck? Felt very out of nowhere. I don't see what in the Young Bucks storyline needs Jack Perry to come back, but apparently they're going to be on Dynamite next week to celebrate the 6 year anniversary. So I guess we're going to see that.
I mean, I guess it makes sense because they kind of just left him high and dry after he got injured, helping them.
Uh-huh.
But like, why? What's going on with the Jungle Express? Like, why bring them back together? It makes no sense. The way they
Yeah.
did it makes no sense.
So my thing is, what happens to Kip? Because Luchasaurus, well, Kill Switch, whatever you want to call him, was riding with Kip literally up until I think the last time I remember seeing it was Forbidden Door.
I guess something happened like on Ring of Honor, the Saturday show. I guess
Maybe.
Collision.
Let me
I think
let
I
me
saw a video of him leaving, but
yeah,
like
let me check and see.
I guess you have them have Jungle Express beginning with Young Bucks, and then I guess go back to the Kip Sabian and what's his face Christian's
Yeah.
son, what former son, Nick, well his name is
Nick Wayne.
Nick Wayne. There we go.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
So hmm,
So yeah, like I don't know. I feel like this is kind of a storyline where granted, like I have yet to find an AEW storyline where I've necessarily needed to watch Collision for. This might be the one. Like just because there's got to be some missing piece of content that I don't like get based off of this.
yeah. I mean, this kind of goes back to my issue with AEW in the first place is great
Mhm.
wrestling, bad storytelling for the most part. Like they can't seem to finish the story, and they go months without referencing the story, and then magically they go back to it.
Yeah. I mean, shoot, it all goes back to what Reek said with the Edge and Christian thing. It's like, damn, where do we go from here? How's it gonna happen when he comes back? Especially seeing as how he just came back in July.
Yeah.
All right, man. Reek, take us home.
Man, listen. Before we go, we do have No Mercy coming up on the 27th, right?
Oh,
NXT
shit,
No
yeah.
Mercy. Now, here's our match card. We're just gonna go through, see what we like, see what we don't like, see who's gonna win, who we think's not gonna win, whatever. So let's start with the NXT Women's Championship match between JC Jane and Lola Vice.
Vice City, baby. I
Vice
have
City.
not been a fan, but it's gotta be Vice City.
Vice City.
Oh,
Because like
I'm a
I was in the
fan.
mindset of like okay, I feel like Lola winning the title would feel a bit not random, but kind of in the same place as JC Jane, where it's like I didn't expect JC Jane to win shit. But it's one of the things where it's like they've been in NXT for a long time, honing their craft, getting better. So
Yeah,
I wouldn't mind a shock title win here. I do think Lola Vice has deserved it. I feel like she's earned it. You know, she's been
Mhm.
in NXT for a good amount of years. So I think I'll go Vice City for the win.
exactly.
I agree with that. I agree with that, and definitely with her work in AAA, she's gotten better over
So
time,
much better.
and she's been one of the key pieces of the AAA. I don't want to say invasion, but invasion, or like AAA
Buyout
involved
partnership, whatever you want to call it.
buyout. Yeah,
Yeah,
AAA partnership. Like she's been a cornerstone of that partnership. So I feel like you have
yeah,
to award her to. This is the time to make it to award her.
I would agree. And like just pushing her a bit, making her a champion will kind of like make her star rise. And
Mhm.
especially if you keep having her on AAA shows, it'll bring more eyes to the AAA shows also. So it could be mutually beneficial for everybody involved. So I think they should go there.
Yes.
Like we said, the match earlier, we talked about Sol Ruka defending the speed title against Laney Reed. I'm going to go Laney Reed. I feel like it's that time. You know what I'm saying? Also,
yes.
because
Soul's been
obviously
double
I
champion for
imagine
more than like 100 days.
right, in these 2 minute quick matches, anything can happen. So I can see like a quick little switch going on. So I'll go Laney Reed here.
Now, do we think?
I can. Ooh, here's what I was gonna say. I think so. I think that for this one sentence on the PLE, it's gonna be a 5 minute match. But I think that Zarya might cost her the loss.
You know,
Maybe
I was going to go that direction.
because
Yeah,
you might as well
it's
because like that's the direction that they've been going in for a little bit. So you might as well just crush that.
yeah.
For the NXT North American title, we have Ethan Page defending against Tavion Heights.
I want Tavion to win, but I feel like Ethan's gonna return.
Hmm.
Yeah, I feel like that's an easy foregone conclusion. I feel like it's going to be a good like tune-up match as far as like it's gonna act the same as like Kyle versus Hangman, where it's gonna display Tavion Heights like ability because I remember when he took his little expedition and went to Japan and wrestled over there for a little bit. Like we know what kind of guy he is. He can wrestle. He can he's obviously has the actual amateur wrestling background and pedigree. But I'm saying he can put on a good match as well. But I do think it's going to be like a really good showing. But I do think Ethan Page retains for sure.
I agree.
Javon Evans versus Josh Briggs. I'm just gonna say Javon Evans. I don't care. I don't care how it happens. I don't care what happens. I don't care who he does. Listen, I don't want to see Josh Briggs winning anything. Javon Evans,
Mhm.
please.
Yeah, no, I gotta go Javon. Josh Briggs has been dog walking Javon like this whole fucking
For
beat.
no reason.
I gotta go Javon. Who else is on the card, Reek?
Hold on. Give me a second. All right. We got Jordan Grace versus Blake Monroe in this weaponized steel cage match.
Ooh.
Now,
This is the
it's
one where it
hard for
gets
me to
iffy.
predict. It's hard for me to predict the winner here. Um, I would think Blake would be hurt more by a loss than Jordan would.
Mhm.
Yeah, I would think that you need Blake to win.
I feel like a Blake win just to show her how just to show the rest of the division how dangerous she can be. I feel like you got to go Blake. I feel like Blake wins.
Yeah, so
Yeah. Yeah. Hold on.
yeah.
Hold on. I think about it though. Are they really have to let Jordan Grace go 0-2 in a rivalry?
That too. So I feel like it could
Holy
be
shit.
because I feel like at some point you're going to have to run back that rubber match. So I can see, and that's what I was thinking about too. I wasn't I kind of like forgot, kind of sort of. So that's my fault. But by that measure, I would say Jordan Grace would deserve to have her win here. Now, because going on 2 would be kind of crazy. So I do agree with that.
I
Yeah.
also want to throw this out there. Do we think that the TNA invasion might have anything to do with this? Being as this is
Possibly.
Jordan Grace.
I do think TNA will have a presence throughout the entire show. So
Yeah.
it wouldn't shock me at all if there was some involvement going on. Especially like considering, like we said, like she was the face of TNA. So I could see someone maybe shit, she could probably get screwed out of the win. Who knows?
Oh,
You
I
know?
would
Yeah.
think she gets helped
Or that. Or
to
that
get
too.
ho- to
Cause
get to get ho- the, mhm.
honestly,
Ooh.
she could do like some stone cold shit and like, hey, fuck the Fed. I'm gonna be on TNA for this shit. So that
Mhm.
wouldn't shock me either. That's a that's a cook.
What
Or
if
or
yeah, because
TNA
if someone helps
tries
her,
to recruit her.
yeah, that's what I'm thinking. If someone helps her so that way they can get her on TNA side, that would go crazy.
Hmm.
Damn, that's a good one.
And of course, last but certainly not least, NXT Championship Obafemi defending against Ricky Saints.
Hmm.
I
Over.
don't I don't yeah, yeah,
Uh,
this seems like another Oba win here. Like there's nothing in the build up that's made me even believe Ricky has a chance here. Now,
no,
obviously, it's going to be a great match, but I don't see Ricky Saints winning the NXT title right now. I don't think he's next in line, so I don't think he should win the title right now. Um,
only person that's next in line in my mind is a young OG.
exactly. So I'm just like I don't see that going down. I really don't.
I can see it, and I think it's because Oba has some beef in TNA, and like you said, TNA is going to be offensive throughout the show. I think either Jordan Grace gets help or Oba gets screwed by TNA. One of the two happens.
Mm,
I don't think both happen.
fair.
And I do think
Yeah.
that Oba has more of a current presence with the TNA impact. Uh, but you can definitely see someone like a Moose or someone a bigger name in a feeling causing over the match, and that sets up the invasion match.
I just wonder. I really
Oh
just
man.
wonder. Like I just wonder like how Because first of all, I wonder like when they're going to do this invasion show if they do that, and also like how much is TNA going to like rummage through the shows? Like how much of a presence are they going to have? I feel like that's going
Yeah.
to be one of the most intriguing things about NXT television going forward, as long as this angle goes on.
Hmm.
So
I think
it just kind of leads me to think like there's a lot of intriguing things that can happen too. Like
I think it's
hell,
going to be a little minute because TNA apparently has dates in Orlando that don't have a venue attached yet. So folks are thinking that they're going to be done at the Performance Center.
and I could say you can slot in AJ for a one timer in this invasion.
Oh, I would love that.
Like
Oh
Love
yeah.
that.
I feel like he got to get involved in some way, shape, or form.
He's like the
Yeah,
leader of it.
Like, give me something here.
he needs to.
There's like wrestling is very, very cool right now, I will say. There's a lot of
Mhm.
improvements to be done, but I do think a lot of things are looking up. Like I think the TNA NXT invasion angle is going to be great because I do think they're mindful of how the first original invasion went back in 2001.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
they know what to avoid. They know how to improve on the formula. So I do think HBK and them gonna do right by it. I'm very
I was about to
confident.
say,
I'm looking
shit.
forward to seeing it.
Sean was there for it, so like he better.
Like like I really really hope that they do right by this. But in any event, man, what a show, what an episode. But
Oh, the
man,
episode.
uh, some of us are getting very very sleepy. I will say that.
Yeah.
Now, um, obviously, I just want to say thank you for everyone who listens. You know what I'm saying? This is definitely one of our longer episodes, but hey, that's the beauty of wrestling, though. There's so much to go about. There's so much to talk about. Like wrestling is so cool, and I have no issue doing it. This is so much fun. So like, you know. This is Rique, your man with the plan, the host of the most. You know who I am. I don't gotta tell you nothing. You know what I'm saying? Thanks for everyone for listening and all that. And hey, stop Road Boys.
Hey man, it's Steph, the EST of the DMV, the Ray, that superstar, the Chalk City Saint, and man, you know who it is. We are over the top rope. Thank you so much. Sears, close us out, please.
And this is your call. Appreciate you guys listeners, man, talk about wrestling for so long. Um, a good one, everybody. We see you all next week and enjoy wrestling.
Hey, see y'all in the next one. Peace.
Peace. Give us a follow
Like, subscribe, all that good stuff.
on God at Top Rope Boys Pod on everything.
We're everywhere.
Deuces.